Way! Hello, viewer. Hello, viewer. Today it's Sunday, November the 19th, 2023. I am Mr. Brown, and I trust you're all doing very well today. On this evening's live stream, we are discussing the goings on this week in the entertainment and on the social media. It was a week where stuff happened in Hollywood, and even, you guessed it, even more bad stuff happened in real life. Oh dear. So, if you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, lots to get through, shall we get the guests out? You know it. Let's do it. Apologies for being late as well. Let's do it, folks. Okay, first up, all the way from the land of Texas Shire, she is the queen of this channel, sporting a very nice pink wig. It is Rennie L.
Well, hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. I figured you'd be excited. It's your favorite month of the year.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's nearly finished. November.
I
I love
know.
it.
You
It's
didn't get to
dark.
celebrate November. What the hell?
Oh, well, we've got 11, 12 days to celebrate. Dark, wet, miserable, depressing, lonely.
It's a goth person's like
God,
dream.
I love this month.
That's right. I
How
love
are
like
you?
the rain. I'm actually doing pretty good. Like I was saying yesterday, the weather here is great compared to being
Oh,
swamp assy.
shite to you. Here you go. They're coming in hot already. Look, black lives or black blunts. Put a chick in it and make it lame. That's the way forward.
Yeah, but you know what? We can go against the grain. We can still put a chick in it, but not make it lame. Maybe. I don't know.
I would never describe you as being lame.
Well, thank you, Brad. Appreciate it.
And on
I
that
would not
bombshell, shall we get the next guest out?
do it.
Let's do it. Okay, next. He saved my bacon many a time as this guy. It is Professor R2.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Oh, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How's everyone?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Doing good. I love that you used that line. That was awesome.
There you go. Bacon, 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 bacon.
The bacon saver. There we go. We'll make that my new sub headline there.
Like I always think of Ace Ventura. Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
I'm ready to play. I remember that song growing up.
So you're well, my friend. Yes,
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, ready to enjoy a nice little relaxing week off. We got the Thanksgiving holiday coming up here in the U.S. So yeah, enjoyable.
Brilliant. Yeah. Shall we get the next person out?
Bring him on.
Okay. He is the governor of Twitter, taking time off from the Twitter landings. It is looking beautiful in pink.
This is my final victory, Doctor. I have shown you myself.
Fornicate. Fornicate.
We're both pretty in pink today.
I know. Fabulous.
R2's very lavender as well.
It's so good.
Like my purple.
Yes. Are you well, Lee?
I am.
Good.
Oh,
shall we get the next person?
What more do you want? Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. I've lost my place on my scripts. Okay. He's back. He's tough. Don't mess with him. It's Dark Hour.
I don't know how tough I really am, actually.
Well, you look a tough mofo to me, mate.
Can we use his new nickname, Joe Rogaine?
Use my what?
New nickname?
Rogaine, isn't that a hair?
Joe Rogaine, yeah.
Rogaine's a hair restoring product, isn't it?
Yes, yes. People have pointed out I do
go critical mass.
Oh.
He died. Dark Hour.
My internet. Am I dropping out?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if that's some. Let me just check my internet speed real quick.
Maybe he has AT&T like me. They suck.
I'll get the next guest out while waiting. Okay, and last but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. It is the great mega geek himself, Ian David. It's shit Diaz. Hello there.
Hello. Yep. Hi. I'm
You all right?
back. Yep. Yep. I'm okay. We're in to go as always. Yeah. It's probably all going to be shit, but there you go.
There you go. Well, but you know
exactly.
it.
So they're all coming
They
in.
were
Look, they're all
different.
coming in. Here you go. Black lives are black blunts.
There you
Ian
go.
David. Look, they're all coming in. Look. You've got to get some t-shirts done. I'm telling you, mate.
It's shit.
It's your
Yeah.
catchphrase, dude. Just like mine's like eat a dick or eat a bag of dicks. You know?
Eat a bag of dicks. think
I
it's
don't have
better.
one.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
It's
good for
get
you.
in the bin.
Get in the bin.
Dark,
Don't know
how
what you're
are you
talking
functioning?
Yeah, it says my internet's fine. I don't know what that was about.
Okay, we'll just see how we get on then. Yes.
It's shit.
It's
Yes, it
it's
is.
apparently shit. Internet, get in the bin.
Here you go, just to make the guests feel welcome.
Oh,
Where's
so
Brian?
sorry we're here, not
Oh.
Brian.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fine,
What a-
flounces off.
Sorry,
what a
man.
wanker.
Brian couldn't make it tonight. I did try to nudge him and
tried.
say please, but he couldn't do it.
We tried. Anyway, chat, good evening. We can see you. Apologies for being a little late. Guests, thank you for being here. This channel is nothing without the chats and the guests. It'd be just an old bloke talking bollocks to himself. Shall we
Isn't
get
that
on
what
with
it is?
The
It is.
Talking Bollocks Alliance.
Talking bollocks, folks. Talking bollocks. Okay, let's get the doodads up. Oh, look at that. 179.
Look at that.
End of week musings, Sunday, November 19, 2023. You're feeling.
Don't you just love him? Fuck off.
Yeah, he's got a very punchable face. Actually,
They
they
both
both
have.
do.
Oh,
They
speaking
both
of
Thank you, Ian.
punchable face, he's changed his avatar to somebody who's got a very, very punchable face. Yes.
That may be the most punchable face I've ever seen.
Certainly the roundest.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't know. RTD's giving him a run for his
He
money.
is, and most
Yeah.
certainly.
Okay. For those who weren't here yesterday,
Please
Look at
like,
that.
share, and
Or
subscribe.
have never been here for any of the streams.
look at that.
It's readable.
Because
Wow.
we can
Look
read
at that.
it now.
My goodness.
It's
Contrast.
communistic.
OMG.
Brown,
Look at that.
Who taught you about contrast?
Look at that. 4 years at university learning graphic design, worth every single moment of pay.
Amazing.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
You can't even read
Subscribe.
it. Please like, share, and subscribe.
The
These
Mad
subs-
Kappa. No
Yeah.
young posh twink this evening.
No, there's no posh twink. No, he's
He's under the
Poorly.
weather.
Sadly, no.
Poorly.
Yes.
Okay. I will
Yes,
say
poor
the
man.
subs are just static at 802. They're not moving. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. Suck it up, folks. Donate to the channel if you're feeling generous. Keeps the lights on.
It keeps
Okay.
browning toast in the morning.
Beta.
There's nothing to
Vegan
watch.
butter.
Mm.
I will say, folks, normally we do like a program review. There's absolutely naff all to watch. Or is it me?
I'm afraid we're going to be in that position for another year or so.
Yay!
We had the
Thank
Doctor Who
God.
Children We Need thing, didn't we?
Uh,
That was something to watch.
Did you guys touch on the Loki finale?
The what?
that
The
was a
Loki
thing.
finale? Yeah, that
Yeah, that was
happened.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you did or not.
The highlight of the TV year. Not.
That's still
okay.
on.
Okay. Oh, look at Brie.
Here's the highlight of my life is this right here.
Why does her face look like a shoebox?
No, I've studied her face, not in a perverted way, but her
Right.
face is just. There's lots of because I'm a graphic designer by trade. I see angles and
Yeah, she's
stuff.
very angular. Okay.
She has a very boxy face. Yes. I would say.
Yeah.
That's very masculine.
Her eyebrows to eyes, they're just like perfect diagonal lines. Just amazing.
It's
Anyway,
called
let's move on.
makeup. Yes.
Is it?
Nice
Okay.
ratio there.
Okay.
Her face wasn't always this square, though. She used to have like a relatively round head, like a round face. It's
Well,
just-
Maybe she swallowed a box of roses.
Well, like Ryan Johnson, he's got a round head.
it wasn't quite Ryan Johnson level, but if you go back to like when she was, younger, and even before, like I would say, like Captain Marvel, she had like, some definition to her face. It wasn't like this.
Yeah, she had
Botox.
work done. Yeah, definitely.
Botox.
Okay.
Was there a strike on
Botox.
when she had this work done?
Yeah,
No,
she
I mean
wasn't
this
getting
would have
any
been
That was
filmed
3 years ago.
This would have
About
been
3
filmed
years.
2 years ago. Yeah.
She wasn't
I
getting
think, I
any
think this was happening
food.
during lockdown. Yeah. Here you go.
No
Ushbala,
money.
$2. 1. Thanks for the wrench, Brown. Yes,
Oh.
you deserve it, my friend. You deserve it. Here you go. Another one. Tommy, £2. Real money, folks. She has a face like a Thunderbird model. I like Thunderbirds.
Captain Marionette.
Everyone's going for that super marionation look in Hollywood now.
Okay, so story is, folks.
That's fantastic.
Here we go. The Marvels earns $10.2 million in its second domestic weekend. A 78% drop.
That's terrible.
Yeah, this thing's not going to even. It's not even going to reach its reported budget. Nevertheless,
Ooh.
It's
like,
racisms. Racisms.
If you go Friday to Friday, it's an 87%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's hard to when you calculate out those drops. It's weird how they do it because like
Yeah.
certain places will calculate by day, and so like if you actually look at Saturday and they calculate by day, it was an increase, but that's because they were going based on Friday. So it's but yeah, either way, you're looking
Oh.
at anywhere from like an 80 to an 85% drop off in the general stream like look of things except for Saturday.
It defies mathematics.
I mean, I don't think it defies
how far the
mathematics.
drops are. It's just astonishing.
I will say, folks, if you're a white male like me, it's our fault, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go.
Even though I went to see it.
It's funny because like there wasn't like when I first went to go see it, I had well actually it was Fiona had actually tweeted out the picture I sent, but there was no one there, and then maybe about 5 or 6 people trickled in, and they were all white dudes. So I really don't know and about my age. So I really don't know what
Were they wearing dirty Macs? Sitting
what?
in the back.
Yeah, mine's at the dry cleaners.
All right.
I don't know what a dirty Mac is.
Oh,
A
you're so
computer that's
innocent.
not been dusted for a while.
A coat.
I
A
think it
long
was
brown
one of
coat.
it.
That's what it means.
No, I don't know. I honestly like was just sitting there taking notes, so I didn't really. I think I paid more attention to that movie than the rest of them combined because I'm pretty certain they were all gone by the time it was over.
Here you go, Iceman. Press blame men button. Yeah, standard default.
Well, yeah, it's hilarious that it's like the blame men, but like literally anybody I've talked to has said the only people going to see it are men.
People like me.
Yeah, it's so like no, it's blame women. They didn't go to see the thing that you made for them. So it's like at some point you got to blame the people that are actually at fault.
Yeah,
That's
because
a
50%, isn't it? It's 50% of all the comic book buyers are women, apparently, due to one tiny little poll that didn't mean anything really. But hey, let's pretend.
But
I always wear a
love-
trench coat to movie theaters, Amelia, because I'm trying to get kicked out so I don't have to watch these
Oh, dear.
horrible movies.
Oh Lord, you're gonna pull a Pee Wee Herman.
Ooh.
I will say I love comics, but I'm not in the majority of women. There's a lot of females that I interact with. They're like, "Oh, you read comics? That's cool." Or it's like, "Oh no, I never took interest." It's mainly men that took interest in that stuff.
No.
And did you exclusively read comics that were written for women?
Absolutely not.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean, this was set up for failure like a decade ago before they even cast Brie Larson and started doing all this. Because first of all, they've skipped the entire good years of Ms. Marvel. All the great comics from before she became Captain Marvel, and then the person who ended up writing where they're pulling these storylines from is just a horrible human being. So this was set up for failure a long time ago.
Here you go, folks. Jim D. Marvel. We know it's shit. Everyone told us that it would be. We did it anyway. Fuck you. Racists. Yeah.
Again, I would say that Marvel and these films are for boys only. They are. But yet Marvel seems to ignore that fact and keep thinking that it's for, they're making it for women. Women don't give a shit about stuff like this at all.
If they made it for males, women would watch it more because they want to watch those things. But when you pander to them, they're not interested.
If they made it good first, maybe that would help.
Just look at all the films that were, right before the pandemic, the Endgames, the Infinity Wars. They didn't get to those huge numbers by only having men go see them.
Nope.
I'm just going to say this much. I think you would get a lot more interest if you followed the main storylines and character arcs
and
instead
put hot
of
men
just
in it. Then you get the women in.
That's no joke. And that's why Captain America, Iron Man, all that stuff did really well. But I don't know. I think if you were more faithful to it, it would be more entertaining. Ergo, you would wind up getting a bigger audience anyways, instead of having to make these points. Like Captain Marvel wasn't horrible, like the first Captain Marvel movie, but it wasn't great.
It was bad, Rennie. It was really bad.
It wasn't great. And it was just like, okay, well, this is like, okay, but like, what's the real point of this movie? So, I think if you actually stuck to those storylines, you would actually make it entertaining and people would watch it because it's entertaining.
Here you go, folks. Super chats. Dark people. Hello, my friend. £5. Real money, allegedly.
Common people, by the way.
Yes, common people, sorry. Sorry, my friend.
That was a Freudian slip if there ever was one. Dark people.
Okay, I'm going to start again.
Come on, people.
Here we go. Super chat from common people. £5, real money, allegedly. As my old dad, he says sued. He's a lawyer. Used to say, maybe a lawyer though, try and get that out the carpet. I'm gonna fuck this up.
I'm gonna pay the nun.
I'm not even sure what okay, let's try this again.
Okay, from the top. Okay.
My dad used to say, try and get that out of the carpet. I'm going to pay the nun.
It reminds me of that bit from Young Frankenstein when you got Igor set at the table. I remember when my old dad used to say to me, "What are you doing in there? Get out!
Get the hell out of the bathroom." That's a great movie.
Thank you, my friend. We butchered it.
£5.
Okay, cheers, my friend.
Give me his money back.
I mean, but back to the topic at hand.
Very professional.
Yes, I try to stay on topic when I can.
Very good.
I even said in my review that there was some actual things in here that could have worked, but they were put in either as an afterthought or a broken storyline. Like the movie that probably would have worked well would have been the one about the war that she caused and all that. That probably was the movie you really should have made. And that would have been probably more interesting. I mean, we can't 100% know if it would be more interesting, but to completely skip all of the storyline that would have actually made her somewhat interesting and grounded and have some sympathies for this character. Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't that she didn't physically do it herself. What she ended up doing was something that caused a problem that led to it. But that's the story of how you build the character and all that. They skipped that part, and like that was a huge problem to begin with. That they didn't even show you any of that.
Here you go, folks. Amelia Bedelia. I watch superhero movies for the story and dialogue. Objectifying men is wrong. Right.
The thing about this, the thing about this movie is that it's very simple, right? it's all wrong from the start. You cast someone that's really hot to play Miss Marvel, right? And the rest of the other two girls, which I can't even be bothered to mention their names. Secondly, you have
Brie
a
Larson,
story. Secondly, you have a story that basically starts off where they're kicking ass, then suddenly they fall and they're close to death, or all of them are in trouble, and then they win. It's not rocket science. That's what most superhero stories are about them falling, getting up, trying to and being victorious at the ending. But remember, the two most important things is the story, the structure of the script, and how sexy these girls are.
Yeah.
And they ignored all of that. So no wonder why it flopped. You know what I mean?
Okay. It'll be interesting to see where it goes next week. So shall we move on?
Yes, we're bogging down.
Yeah.
Bogged.
Okay.
Oh,
God, go back.
What is this?
Here you go, folks.
Hunger
The Hunger
Games
Games
prequel.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes opens with a 99 million worldwide. I think the domestic was about 50. Budget was 100 mil.
That's a relatively modest budget by modern standards.
Yeah. At least it's gonna break even.
Well,
right? I mean,
I don't
after
know.
this week.
If it has an 80% drop off, that would be.
Well, it's at 99 mil, which the
probably
budget was
make-
100. So
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
they only
they're
get
gonna
to
break
keep
even.
about. They only get to keep about half of that.
Mm.
Yeah, they're probably looking about 200 to 250 to break even.
To break even. Yep.
So
there you go.
odds are maybe. That's
Mad Kappa Ballad of Ooh and Cares.
Yeah,
No one
agreed.
cares. Yeah.
And remember, that
who
doesn't
cares?
include anything to do with the marketing or.
Well,
you know,
luckily for them, there
promotion
was
of the film.
barely any marketing.
Yeah,
for
there
this movie.
was almost no marketing.
So that
True enough.
actually, they actually may only need to hit the 200 million marker because they weren't allowed to really market for the movie.
What does this look like, Glee?
Yeah, that's the answer I have. Yes,
Because it's got that Snow White bitch
Why
in
does
it.
she look like is it Cinderella when Rags? Cinderella, you know when she's is it Rags? I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, in the Hunger Games, a lot of the sectors, I forget what they call them, but they're like poor anyways, especially as you get higher and higher in the numbers. So she's probably from one of those, if I had to wager a guess. But yeah.
Here you go. Average British nerd. The original Hunger Games films aren't bad, all told.
Yeah, they're pretty close to the books. There are some changes that I didn't care for, but for the most part, they really stuck to the source material.
Well, they were the first movies to ever have a female action lead. So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's true. Yeah,
absolutely, very true.
But why is it like they made the film 3 times, 4 times?
What do you mean they made
Well,
each one about each book?
It just seemed like the same film over and over again with the same sort of thing.
I don't feel like that, but
I watched
don't know.
the
I read
first one on a
books.
plane, and I have no idea about the other ones, and that was only because there was really nothing else, and I was like, I might as well see what this is about. And I was not a fan, obviously, because I didn't watch the other two. But
I mean, but it's an interesting concept, right?
Yeah, the first film was all right. I just didn't see.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised that, something like that happened here if, like, we lost all electricity or something got bombed to shit. I would not doubt that the US would turn into this kind of civilization.
It's coming, don't worry.
It's just a bit of a.
Yeah, it's just around the corner, don't worry.
It's on its way.
It's a bit of a knockoff of Brave New World and.
A little bit, yeah. It's got a little bit of Brave New World kind of.
Yeah, it's just that and a bit of Battle Royale, really, isn't it?
That's what I think it's often compared
accuse it
to
of
is Battle
ripping off
Royale.
Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And written kind of for like a young teen
idiots.
Well, girl audience. I mean, I don't consider young teen like
Well, they are lately,
for
let's be
idiots.
Well, they're considered young adult novels.
Yeah, like it's young adult novels are generally just not as deep. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Here you go, folks. In the chat, she had to spend 18 hours in that dress and only got paid 12 million. You bigots.
Mea culpa.
I will say this: she is doing a great job of ruining her career before it even really gets started.
I think it's great because she's a total bitch anyway. So
I'm living for it.
The sooner
Bye,
the
bitch.
sooner she's out of the she's out of the business, the better.
Well,
Rennie has spoken, everybody.
If this movie, doesn't really do well, I mean, if let's be conservative and say it does make a little bit of money. Let's say it makes only like $30 million by standards.
I think it'll do that probably just about.
Yeah, and
It'll scrape it.
and then by standards of it being a relatively large franchise, that would look terrible for her. And then with what ends up happening with Snow White, which everybody can see that from a mile away, what's going to happen to that?
Oh yeah,
it might tank her career forever.
Is there a bit of Snow White fatigue then with this? Everybody's thinking, what a bitch.
Oh yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
it's her own fault.
No White
She
fatigue.
I
bitch.
don't care for her very much.
I don't much care for this
No.
young woman.
Okay. Super chat, if I may.
Do it.
Dial Up Chronicles for $5. What's happened to your show being on Apple Podcasts? I'm a truck driver and I love to listen as I drive.
Oh.
Well, you're obviously hearing us now. So what are you
Probably
listening
not driving
Well,
now.
to us?
But
Oh,
it's
right.
sometimes hard to like stream like a YouTube to your like car speakers or whatever, because some of them or some of the
Yeah.
companies don't allow it, or some of the brands. So
Yeah, especially if you're a truck driver, like you have to have your phone. Some companies require that you have your phone sunk up to like specific apps. That way, it can tell whether or not you're doing certain things.
I was on Spotify. It just was stagnant. It just wasn't doing anything. And
was it costing you money to be on there and not getting a lot of like views?
Well, it was costing me time to do it, but it was just
Well, you have to do it.
stagnant. I do apologize, my friend.
You got to sort it out for your drivers, your truck drivers. There,
Gotta
you
have
can't
your
let them
fans
down,
Sorry,
listen.
my
Brown.
friend. Sorry, my
Yeah,
friend.
see,
I can't
he said
do
it
this.
doesn't work on YouTube.
You don't-
too
you're-
good.
Brown is out here just screwing over the, I'm assuming, American trucking service right before a major holidays.
Stop.
Wow.
This guy.
I will
Wow.
say,
So bigoted and racist.
Spotify. If you live in America, in USA, and you're on Spotify, you can monetize your stream, the thing straight away. Because I'm in UK, can't do it. So effectively, I was doing Spotify.
Well, whose fault is that?
For nada.
Whose fault
I need
is it
to
that
move
you're
to
in the UK?
America. Simple.
Yeah. This is where, I mean, according to like everybody, this is where all the money and violence is. So this is where you want to be.
Apologies for not living in the States, everybody. I will try harder. Okay, here we go. Wolf Space for $2. And Miss Marvel's actress has been the opposite of Rachel's. Yeah.
Oh no, 100%. She's been like, as much as I thought her character was kind of annoying, screaming every like 30 seconds and being basically like a Taylor Swift fan, but for Ms. Marvel. Sorry, Captain Marvel. She genuinely comes off as a likable person. So
she does.
I would say like she's really endeared herself to people despite the negativity around the movie.
Yeah, pretty much every review I've seen, they all say, actually, that Iman Vellani's not so bad. I kind of enjoyed her, even though she was annoying.
Here you go, folks. Max Voomfondel, find a desperate Yank woman like I did. I'm open to offers for our American viewers.
Come on, one of you must marry him. Come on.
All right, American women out there, if you've got the
Even a
Oscar
man.
crown-
Call in
Even a man,
all
that'll
American
do.
women.
Don't you have a thing for American women, anyways?
Oh, it's the accent. It does me. I love it. All right,
We
let's
have
move
like
on.
we have like 100 accents here.
I'll check with my sister-in-law, see what's going on.
Are you free?
I'm free.
Put a ring on it.
That's right. Oh my God! Did you see comment?
Unfortunately, when you get stuck in that gravitational pull, you can't get out.
That's right.
Wow.
Unless
You
you're a
could be her
banana.
enabler. You can feed her at night.
You get lost in that.
The best
orbit.
American accent is Mexican. That's a great comment.
That's
right
not American. It's
That's
Mexican.
that's called a South California accent.
Tambien.
I don't think you know what you're talking about. I'm from California.
Not anymore.
Here you go, common people. I can do American accent and hide my dick. There's a lot of people who can do that.
It's
Yeah.
funny, actually.
It's just not you,
all
mate.
this talk about accents. People have been recently, because I've been on like several streams now. A lot of people ask me where I'm from. I've apparently succeeded in this operator speak where no one can identify my location.
I
So
think
I'm
you have
happy
a
about that.
slight East Coast accent if I were to place you.
Yeah, but that's still a pretty big area with a lot of
Yeah.
major cities. So
I don't want to say the specific area because I kind of know.
no, it's fine. I don't care. I'll tell people. I'm
I've
from New
been asked to
Jersey. I
do
don't
my
care.
American accent. I don't think I can do it. I could do a Jamaican, man. Jamaican. Anyway,
Oh
moving
my
on.
gosh.
I'm going to work with you on your American accents, Brown.
Is that your beer can sandwich accent there?
Possibly.
Beer can sandwich.
Rontings.
Apparently, I'm from Budapest. My grandfather was from Hungary, so
remember Budapest?
I do apparently. My grandfather was
Classic.
actually from a city called Győr in Hungary, which is the crossroads between Vienna and Budapest. It's like halfway between the two.
Apparently, you sound like a preacher behind a pulpit. Yes. Okay.
I might be.
Here we go, folks. Michael Jordan. Sorry, B. Jordan.
I was going to say.
To direct Creed 4. Erwin Winkler. Why am I thinking the Fonz? But that's anyway. Says they have a really good story with the aim to begin pre-production in a year.
Does it involve boxing by any chance?
You know,
Possibly.
if Stallone's going to be in it, it's probably going to get views. Like, I will say the first two Creeds were actually pretty good, in my opinion. Like,
I don't even understand how I could sound like that. I don't.
Oh, that joke goes way back.
That's a little in joke of the panel.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a
channel.
Ahsoka joke.
Oh,
that's a
I
mistake there. That's a
avoided
mistake
the
there.
Ahsoka streams. I was done with that stuff.
oh my God, Brown.
I
But
will
yeah,
say,
I think,
who cares? Yeah, there you go.
I think it will do halfway decent if Stallone's in it. But I mean, you know, yeah, it's kind of gotten to the point where do you really need that many sequels? You know, so
I mean, this would already be what the 10th movie in the series at that point.
Yes.
Sword says, I think him and Stallone fell out.
Oh well, then fuck it.
Well, they should take it into the ring and have it out and film it, and then
They
go
I think at this point, Michael B. Jordan would probably take that fight.
No, they didn't fall out. Stallone fell out with Ivan Winkler
Erwin
because
Winkler?
basically, Erwin Winkler, because basically they said there was no room for Rocky in the last film or the film before. I can't remember which one. So Sylvester Stallone was like, well, fuck you then. I created the whole thing and now you want to kick me out of it. And they are kicking him out of it because of current day politics, because this is a black guy and they want a black guy to be Rocky now. And this
But
is
like
what they're trying
Rocky's
to
the one that
push.
trained him.
Exactly.
Like he went to Rocky because he's Apollo's illegitimate son.
Well, you can't have a black man being trained by a white man. Come on, that's just rude.
And
he's his father's friend. It's not having to do with race. People are so stupid.
And see, Lee has hit the nail on the head there.
Shoot
That's
from
the
the hip
reason
there.
why Sylvester Stallone, and Sylvester Stallone knows that. So that's
the
why
only
Sylvester
reason-
Stallone is taking a step. He's not going to be in any of these now, you know. So
the only reason it worked in the first one is because he was a beaten down old white man, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
he on the verge of death.
Yeah.
So he was almost out of the picture, basically. Already.
Yeah, and Stallone is
okay.
Italian, which means he's Roman, which means he's colonizer. You see.
Oh Lord!
Oh,
now you're really reaching.
Why did you have to?
Here you go,
Yeah,
Rhino
word.
the hamster. I love New Faces.
Rocky IV
was great.
Also, I
It is a
find
great movie.
I find what's his name, Michael Jordan.
G. Borden.
Jordan. Yeah, exactly.
G. Borden Liddy.
I actually find him. I find his face unpleasant for some
Really?
reason. Yeah, because when
I
he
used
turns,
to think he was hot.
he doesn't have a chin. He doesn't have a chin because when you see his profile, his whole chin connects with his neck, and it's like, well, what? So
he definitely did not hit the wave like people thought he was going to.
Because he's not good. That's why he's mediocre at best. He's shit.
He basically he plays a very similar character in almost everything, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But in this instance, he was trying to do it across different genres, and that made it very obvious.
The biggest problem I've got with this is that again, they've taken a black man and they've put him on top of the soldiers of a white character.
There you go.
And I hate that. I want them to take a black guy and make him into an original hero. That's what I want. I think that's
Well,
the best thing to do.
in fairness, Ian, they did put him on top the shoulders of a black character as well in Apollo Creed.
No, it was always
but-
Rocky, mate. Apollo Creed was part of Rocky, but it was definitely Sylvester Stallone. Though he was.
I felt it was like
yeah.
Rocky 7 and 8, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just not. The movies aren't really that great.
Ego,
That's
folks,
really
Mr. Phobos, is that the guy from Black Panther? I was going to ask that question. It is
Yes,
the
it's
same
Killmonger.
guy.
It's the same guy.
It's
Killmonger.
Yep.
Yeah. Same guy. Oh, I hate it when they do this to black people. I really
It is
do.
patronizing, isn't
It's
it?
so patronizing.
It's the same thing with the disabled thing with Davros. You know, it's the same thing with all of these
Easy.
woke things. They just make it so woke, it becomes the very thing that they.
And do you
claim
know
to
what's
hate.
really sad
of
about
itself.
it? Do you know what's really sad about it is that the black actors, right, because work is so far and few between, they will literally do it because they need the work, and
They need
therefore
the money, they need to pay the bills.
yeah, exactly, and therefore reinforcing this stupid idea.
Self-propagating it all, yeah.
Sword in the Storm is waiting for Rocky versus Terminator. I actually have this thing that I do.
Sorry, folks.
I'm not even joking. Every so often when I think of one, I will go to like Chat GPT and type in Rocky, write me a script for Rocky versus whatever I think of. I have like 12 scripts that they wrote for me. One of them is the Terminator.
Nice.
Excellent.
Ego, folks. We've not seen PJ for a while. Hello, PJ.
Hey,
Ian, your
PJ.
whiteness is showing through.
He doesn't
It
have
is.
an accent.
Thanks, PJ.
Yeah,
What
we all
accent?
know that Ian's a
What
white
accent?
supremacist. Yeah,
All that white privilege.
Yeah.
yeah,
like we're
Ian.
bogging
Pale
you
blue
in.
privilege. He's Scottish.
Okay, shall we move on then? Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
bogging.
Oh,
Did anybody watch-
please, no.
Did anybody watch?
No.
Anybody
No,
watch it? Scott
that looked-
Pilgrim.
That looks
I
really
saw this
dumb.
exact tweet from Copa and was like, nah.
Ever since
Like-
Vex put that
Yes,
X thing
Vex.
out, I was like, nope,
Oh.
I ain't touching that
No.
with a barge pole. No way. Really.
Okay, the story is Scott Pilgrim, which released this week, takes off, is total shit, and Scott Pilgrim in name only. It's really Ramona Flowers' show after Scott disappears in episode 1. This is Kevin Smith, He-Man, all over again. Netflix is going Netflix. Get this shit out of my sight.
Dear.
There you go, folks. I was going to watch this, but nope.
Why do they keep doing that? They keep putting these things with the name of the main character and then get rid of the main character in the episode 1, and then it's the female
Oof,
lead
yeah.
suddenly.
Because it's
Is it-
it's a bait and switch. That's all it is.
it's so
Yeah,
annoying.
it's like you get this, and you got what we heard about the script for Blade. You'd almost think they were doing this on purpose.
But-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read a little bit of the article. One of the creators or the showrunners said they want to see it from the point of view of Ramona.
Yeah, but the audience
Then
doesn't.
don't call
Well,
it Scott,
Scott
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim.
Well,
Yeah.
but they did that with Loki
Yeah, but it says
as well,
Scott-
season 1. Do you guys
say-
remember that?
They say
Mm.
Scott
Loki
Pilgrim
stayed in it though.
takes off,
Not really.
and he takes
He
off in
wasn't
in his
episode
own
1.
show in season 1.
He takes off in yeah, but it says takes off. Scott Pilgrim takes
Yeah.
off. He
Yeah.
fucks off out of it.
Then call it
yeah.
Scott Pilgrim's like friends.
There you go,
Scott Pilgrim
folks.
pissed off.
Students, watch out, Brown. They're coming for you next. Well, if Rennie starts presenting, you know they've got me.
Won't happen.
Moving on.
Or if Ian wears a skirt and he starts presenting, you know they got him as well.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
there you
Call
go.
him Ms. Brown.
How dare you,
Oh, there's a
mischief.
TV
Ms.
show called
Brown
Mrs. Brown.
Alliance.
I mean, in theory, you could just preempt it and just start identifying.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then they can't get you.
I'm a
You'd
me,
be a
you.
you'd be a
Will you-
protected class.
He's non-brown. He's non-brownery.
Look, be like, look, I am both a woman and a brown. You cannot do anything to me.
How dare you miscolour me?
Getting self ID enshrined in law over there in the UK, so you should be good to go.
God.
See, now you're in a protected class.
How did it get to this, folks?
Lord knows.
Years of people just
Yeah.
being like, nah, that'll stop eventually.
The Lord's not here, though. I don't even think he knows, does he? Here you go. Super chat. Wolfsbane, $2. Thank you, my friend. They changed the title to Takes Off. the day before.
That would explain why it looks like it was done in MS Paint with the letters below it.
It does look like an
Yeah.
afterthought.
Hold on, did he get killed, or what does that mean then? Because
I think he just takes off.
when he says he got killed, he got killed off, and she takes over. That's what. Sorry, not Rennie. I mean,
so I'm just gonna go based on
Vex said.
I'm just gonna go based on what I'm reading with the name. My thought process is in the first like 5 seconds of it, he just goes, "Hi, I'm Scott Pilgrim, and I'm leaving," and then the rest of the show takes off from that point forward. Quite literally.
I have to go now. Is that what he said? I have to go now.
I have to go
He's
now. My
out.
people need me.
I'll ask Vex though, because Vex actually put he got killed off. So
she's in the chat somewhere.
She? Vex,
yeah,
let us know.
It was Vex who. Yeah.
Let us know. Yeah.
Here you go.
It's Mrs. Brown. That show sucks as well.
There's a possibility that Vex may be at work, and sometimes she pops in and out of chats when she's at work.
I think she's working on a script. Here you go.
No, she's making me pie.
Strong, powerful, brown woman. Yes. That's Vex, isn't it?
That would be you because you're brown. That's what they're talking about.
That's Vex and I then.
You're both brown women.
Yes.
I'm not touching that with a 20-foot pole.
We're getting bogged.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to talk any more about this?
No.
Dead.
I mean, it's basically already done. Like no one's gonna it's gonna go away and people will forget about it.
They killed it, folks.
Dead.
Not even resting.
Chat saying bogged.
Yeah, they killed it. Not even
Dead.
resting. Let's move on.
Dead.
Here you go. More important news. Amelia Bedelia. I'm making a sandwich.
Make me a sandwich.
Please make me one.
What kind of sandwich? Yeah, what are you putting in it? Yeah,
it's a sex sandwich.
Meat
now we need to
sandwich. Okay, let's move on.
Roast beef. Anyways.
Arby's. I'm thinking
That's
right.
Here you go. Sorry. Before we go on, here we go. Oh, sorry, chat moved up. Here you go. Osman Socrates. Miss Sparrow answers me. As a brown man, I give you a brown card. Thank you, my friend.
Hey.
I mean, he already has. If he has any legal ID, he literally has a card that says he's brown.
That's it.
So
I do. I had
brown
to
by
get
name,
just so
brown
I
by
could
nature.
monetize. Here you go. Amelia Bedelia. Turkey cucumber and mayo. Yummy, yummy.
Okay. Sounds
not that.
That's
turkey
a
bacon
technically.
stuff,
Technically, yeah. As long as there's
a little bit of pepper. Little bit.
Here you go. Average British beef curtains. Beef curtains, cucumber, and mayo. Yes.
Lovely. What more do you want?
Brown's favorite.
Well done. If I can get it.
With some gentleman's relish.
Dirty boy. Here you go, folks. Christopher Nolan calls the IMAX results for Oppenheimer extraordinary. As of last week, we became the third highest grossing IMAX film in America after Star Wars and Avatar for a film about J. Robert Oppenheimer. It was extraordinary.
I finally got to watch it recently, and I have to say, I was bored out of my mind.
Oh, get in the bin.
I was. Come on.
Get in the bin.
As if you could hear what they were saying over that bloody music that just went throughout the entire thing.
Yeah. That was an opportunity. The sound mixing was a bit, but the movie itself was pretty good. I thought I saw it in IMAX when it came out.
There was some great
Nolan
performances.
seems to have
but it was
issues.
very pretentious, I thought.
Nolan seems to have issues with sound mixing. Just period.
It's because no one is interested in sound anymore. You know, most of it's through, I mean, if you look at TV, for example, most of it's filmed with the audio through the camera because they don't hire proper sound people anymore.
How did you watch it, Lee? How did you watch it?
I didn't watch it at the cinema. I just watched it online. I know. But even so,
India.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a different experience watching it on IMAX, though. It really is.
No doubt.
IMAX was amazing, but I will agree with you that the dialogue was a bit like kind of drowned out with like the rest, compared to the
The
rest of the
pacing was
sound. But
awful. The pacing was,
really,
and
I thought it was
yeah, and the iMac is
great.
not going to cover the awful sound engineering on it. I'm sorry.
You
That
didn't watch it
music
in a
all the
theater.
way through.
You didn't
You
watch it
need
in
to
a
watch it
theater.
in the theater because the
In the
sound was
theater, it
pretty
was
amazing.
fantastic.
Aside from that, I
And the
don't know.
explosion was a big
Well,
disappointment.
that's the thing, Lee. When you the explosion in IMAX and in the cinema and the huge screen, it does make a huge impact. Obviously,
LOL.
you know what I mean? Impact, haha. But yeah, it does. It really does. And also, right, the sound wasn't, the music wasn't covering the dialogue when I was watching it. I thought the
No, it
sound was
wasn't.
probably mixed. Personally, when I saw it in the cinema that I saw it in, but if you know, it's a different experience watching an IMAX and a huge screen than just watching it on TV. Seriously, it is. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
the
it's
sound
it's
quality
like
was
the
your
old
opinion.
amazing.
it's like the old adage, where, if in sound mixing particularly, if you can't make music that sounds good on all formats, whether it's CD, radio, television, film, whatever, it has to sound good in all of those things. So it's the same with movies. I think if it's great in the cinema but not great on a smaller screen, you kind of failed as well.
It
Well,
depends.
wouldn't you blame
Lee.
like
Technically,
Wouldn't you be blaming Hans Zimmer, the composer, rather than Christopher Nolan for the
the
music?
music wasn't bad. I liked
Oh,
the
okay.
music. It was constant. It was
So-
always
sorry,
there.
Lee. How did you watch
Always
it
there.
again? Sorry.
In India.
Did you watch it?
On-
Did you sail the high seas?
Was it a camera?
Well, that's a
No, it
India
wasn't a
is a
camera.
euphemism for
Yeah, but
sailing the
also
high
it
seas.
depends.
Ah.
It depends on your sound system. It depends.
I
on
had it
how
on
you're
my
watching it.
headphones.
Well, that's the thing. You see, it's a different experience.
Yeah, I
Problem
think that
being,
may be
enjoying
the
cinema
issue.
how it was meant to be enjoyed on a pair of headphones.
That's what I'm saying. I
in
mean, the thing,
India.
the thing is, though, Lee is
Very
entitled
good.
to his opinions, right? And he's entitled to his
No,
opinions,
he's
and that's
not.
fine.
Yeah.
But the one thing I would say, Lee, is it's
Racist.
too late now because you've already seen the film. If you've
Oh,
seen the
Lee.
film straight off
I
the
wanted
way it's
to.
supposed to, you might have enjoyed it more. That's all I can say.
Maybe.
Down.
Maybe.
I was just looking up because I was curious if it did eventually cross the billion mark. It's 50 million shy of a billion.
Yeah.
Which it will probably hit that only because when Oscar season comes out and they do that like
And
1
Blu-rays
2 week
as well.
re-release.
Yeah.
Well, no,
they
I'm
have home
talking about
media
for
too, hopefully.
box office.
Yeah.
When it because it will be up for at least some Oscars.
It's
I would
not.
assume
It's not.
No.
it's not.
Because
Not
it
even
hasn't.
for like
Because
cinematography.
no, because it hasn't ticked any of the boxes, so it
But that's
won't
only
be-
for
it won't qualify.
Well, the actors will still be.
There's no black people in the actors. There's no black people in the cast.
Question
And
for
Iceman
Ian.
says
That's one of the
Ludwig
boxes that
Göransson.
need to
Qu-
be ticked.
quick-
It's difficult.
Question for Ian.
Yeah.
How long have you been so cynical?
Ever since I was born, I think.
when did you join like with the German party from the 1940s?
Yeah.
That I don't want to get Brownie demonetized, so I won't say.
I wanted to
You
like the
stop
film.
that.
I really wanted to. I was very excited about it. It's one of the films I was most looking forward
Oh, I
to.
thought you were saying something
You
else.
were just convinced yourself not to like it deep
No,
down.
I wanted to like. Even if you go back to when before the film came out, and we were talking about it, I said that was one of the films I was most
wanted
looking
to see
forward
it,
Well,
yeah.
you should have seen it at the cinema, mate. I'm talking
Yeah.
over you. You should have seen it at the
You-
cinema. And I'm
I
putting my
agree
foot-
with
I'm
Brad on
putting-
that.
circumstances.
I'm putting my foot
dictated.
down, mate.
Yes.
Megas, which I don't do all that often. Mega Spider-Man for €5. Hello. To everyone, what's your fave long films and why? Always Lord of the Rings for me. Just incredible overall. Beats Hobbit and a Rop every day. H beats Rop though. So
Rings of Power is shit.
Well,
that doesn't
what-
even get to be in the same league.
What
Rennie?
constitutes a long
Okay.
film though? That's
3
we need
hours.
some-
3 hours.
Yeah, he said long film, right? So,
3 hours.
yeah, I would agree. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, as well as the Godfather trilogy, for me. Just great cinema all around. I understand Lord of the Rings is more of a fantasy adventure, but still some great acting and great effects. I could watch those movies all the time, and you know what? They're from like 20 years ago, and they all still stand
Longer
up
than that.
really great.
R2.
Yeah, Godfather 2. probably some of the best, long films ever seen. It's
Mhm.
hard to pick from, because some of the great films are long films. 2001: A Space Odyssey is another one. Really great film.
Probably, obviously not Oppenheimer.
Definitely not, I'm afraid. Yeah, probably Lord of the Rings, the director's
Oh yeah, the extended
edition.
versions.
Yeah.
Have they been re-released yet? They were getting re-released this month.
I think they've been re-released on 4K, aren't they?
No, they were out in the UK. They were on the cinema again.
Oh, no, that would
this month. I'm sure they are.
Really? Yeah, probably that. I agree. Also, Godfather was great.
Heat's a great
Just
one,
great
yeah.
movies, man.
I don't. Is Heat over 3 hours? Because if it's over 3 hours, that's gonna be my pick.
It's a long film, yeah.
I'll look that up, but
here you go, Iceman, Schindler's.
Yeah, that was actually going to be mine with Schindler's List.
Okay, Ian, long film.
Yeah, Heat, and Goodfellas. I think those two are really fantastic.
Heat is it's 10 minutes shy of 3 hours, but I think we can accept that.
I think that counts.
That's a long film.
I really like Casino.
That's a good film as well. Casino.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Looking at the list of 3-hour films, Schindler's List is on there. I really enjoy. Green Mile is on there. I really enjoy that movie. Not to say, I mean, like obviously Godfather Part 2 is on here. All the Lord, but everybody said those already, so I don't want to say.
Shawshank was long as well, wasn't it? Shawshank.
Possibly. Here's one that no one ever really mentions how long it is, but it's a great movie. Deer Hunter. That's another.
Yeah, I didn't like that film for some reason. I thought it was okay.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it? That film is so. Film. I saw it when they restored the print, the 70mm print, and it was amazing on screen.
You know, average British nerd. Ian, is it fair to say you're a Michael Mann fan?
I am. I do like Michael Mann. I think he's apart from that stupid, what is it? Miami Vice film that he made was absolute shit. But apart from that, I think most of his films.
It was what? What was it?
It was shit, mate. It was shit.
Here you go. Sun in the Storm. Oh my God! Cineworld UK is showing Die Hard December 27th.
I am going to see that.
It was on a few years ago. I went to see it. It was really good.
I love
Apocalypse Now.
By the way, the Uninspired Hour or so will be doing Die Hard on the 23rd, and several of the people from this panel are in that.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's
hope I can be there for that one.
Yeah,
Apocalypse
so literally
Now.
the day after you go to see it.
Gandhi.
Gandhi's a great movie as well.
Napoleon from 1927.
I haven't seen that yet. That's
no,
the new one.
The original one.
Right. Folks,
the new one isn't that long.
Is this old or new? I can't remember. Anyway, it was posted this week. Tim Allen wants Toy Story 5 to follow adult Andy trying to find and reunite all his old toys for his child.
Why do we need another Toy Story? It should have ended with 3.
Pitching.
The fourth
not
one
necessary.
Yeah.
Pitching. That's why we need.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to make as much money as they expect. Because I think, if I recall correctly, the fourth one didn't make that much.
Well,
because what will happen is adult Andy will try to find the toys, and then he kind of does his leg in, and his sister takes over, and then basically she finds all the toys.
No,
that's probably what happens.
Andy will marry a
I am incorrect.
Woman of
Toy Story 4 did make a shit ton of money. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything from Pixar since then.
Yeah,
not so much.
It's Disney, isn't it? Disney literally.
Well, I will say this: as much as I don't want to see another Toy Story movie, it does seem like they at least the story makes sense, because if you're trying to appeal to people who saw the original, this is probably relatively what they would be doing around now, is trying to for their kids, find their old toys. Maybe they still have them, or they're trying to find them on eBay or something. So it might not be great that they're doing a Toy Story 5, but at least it seems like the storyline matches up with what the age of the people that would be interested.
Don't trust them though. Don't trust them though. And the other
Did you see the last one?
Yeah,
I didn't see the last one. It should have been called
was no point.
Toy Story Bo Peep Story. That's what it should have been called.
Yeah, which I didn't understand at the time because I wasn't wise to all this. But yeah, it's the Bo Peep story.
Bo Peep story. That's what it was.
I would say they seem to have bought up. Disney seemed to have bought up this company in order to turn it into a straight to video company. That's what they seem to have done with it.
Ian, you forgot this, mate.
What's that? And Andy killed in the first scene. Yeah, gets knocked over by a car
and replaced by his sister that we haven't seen before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Up. That super chat. We're gonna throw down common people.
I like it.
Me and Rennie had this argument about a week ago. Die Hard
Look,
is a Christmas movie.
In order for it to be a
Common
Christmas
people,
movie, it has to be a movie about
£5
Christmas, not take place during the season.
Well, by
Allegedly
that
real
standard, then Home Alone is also not a Christmas movie.
Trading Places. Trading Places, Christmas movie.
Okay,
Die
wait, at
Hard.
least go on.
Oh, thank you. Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. This is the main point he's making. I use real money, so I'm right. Is Gremlins a Christmas movie?
Yes!
Not in my
But here's
opinion.
the thing, and actually, what is it? Sword in the Storm says it right there.
Hot question.
Christmas is integral to the plot. The fact that he is there is for a Christmas party. There is Christmas decorations that cause a actual scene in the plot.
Yeah, but it was
multiple
released in
times.
summer, so it's not a Christmas
It does
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Earth to
fine.
Dark Hour.
Miracle on
Calling
34th
Dark
Street was
Hour.
released during summer. So
Yeah, there you go. And is that not? So therefore, there you go.
I think Rennie has a point, though. I mean, the distinction between, but I think now that's been thrown out the window, and a lot of people accept Die Hard as a Christmas movie. And I remember I went to a screening of a special screening with Die Hard where who's the guy that played Mr. Johnson? He was there. He did a talk. You know, the not the black one, but the white one.
Of course,
I'm
Mr.
Mr.
would bring
Agent
race into
Johnson.
this.
Agent Johnson and Agent
Big Johnson. It was
yeah,
Big
Big
Johnson.
Johnson.
Little
He was
Johnson.
there, right? And he said that
Common
somebody
people wants
asked
to
him,
throw down.
Yes, somebody asked him the question, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And you know what he said? He said when he was in the shop and he was shopping for his food, somebody came up to him and said, Die Hard's on TV. And he said, and the guy said to him, I'm going to watch it because of you, because I love your character. And he went, that's the reason why it's a Christmas movie, because people watch it at Christmas time.
Brownie, you
Well,
should
Exactly.
didn't
It is
you
hard.
guys,
Everybody's
didn't you
talking
guys
over
see
each other.
that? Didn't you see that clip that Bruce Willis, of Bruce Willis? It was at an award show a couple years ago, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Die Hard is not a Christmas movie."
Bruce Willis has like
He's
dementia.
the main character. It
And what about
counts.
Which is not
what
funny,
about
which is-
It's a
that's-
Wonderful
I'm not
Life?
saying that's funny. I'm saying he at that point we don't know what his capacities were.
What about It's a Wonderful Life?
It's a Wonderful
No,
Life
that's
was
a summer
about
movie.
An attempt at
Christmas. It was
suicide?
made about
They're all
Christmas.
talking over each other. He goes, Ceretus
suicide in it.
Parabolus. Wouldn't that make... Oh, what a film.
Go.
December 15, a Christmas movie, Brown. Ooh.
That's like Santa Claus, like putting coal and shit in your stocking and lighting it on fire,
and then putting it on someone's doorstep and
I
ringing the
think
doorbell.
or
the
slapping you in the
definition-
face with it.
the definition of a Christmas movie has been refined and
Yeah.
and
And
now,
if it's
Is
part
it
of
Robert
people's-
Davey? Robert Davey.
yes,
the
he
actor,
was there.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said
Robert
it was a
Davi,
Christmas movie,
yeah.
So, but here's the thing.
If it's
Here's
part
my
of
argument.
people's
Always.
Christmas
You're all
tradition-
talking over each other. R2.
Yeah.
Go.
No, I was just if it's part of somebody's Christmas tradition, and Die Hard has undeniably become part of that for a lot of people. I would say it's a Christmas movie.
I think it's all by osmosis. It's become a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it has.
I
yeah.
have two
Okay.
things I'm going to throw out there. There is a Nakatomi Plaza advent calendar that
Yes.
every time you pick, what is it? Hans Gruber falls a little further down until Christmas. And number two, the argument that it could happen in anywhere and it doesn't need to be integral to Christmas. Also, where if you do that, if you apply that same argument to Home Alone,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
the same thing. Home Alone is then no longer a Christmas movie.
But
so you
it
can do
is
that with
about
anything.
Christmas. It's all talking about Christmas. Kevin loves Christmas trees. The family's
Okay.
there for Christmas. They're taking a Christmas trip. It is all about Christmas.
Is Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence a Christmas movie?
No,
I
that was
assume so.
released in March. Moving on. Okay.
Like
Speaking of
it's-
holiday specials,
Proper nerd
Speaking-
argument.
Speaking of
Oh God!
Quithmouth, a documentary about the Star Wars holiday special releases on December 5.
Make
Why?
it go away.
Yeah, what? Who cares? Because it's all
Why?
torn to shit thanks to Ryan Johnson. So
well, the holiday
cares?
special was torn to shit long before Ryan Johnson
I'm
got
I
changing
would
my
take
answer
the
on favorite
holiday
3-hour
special
movies.
over the
You're
Last
all
Jedi.
talking over each other. And silence.
I
Rennie?
would take the holiday special over The Last Jedi any day because at least it felt a little bit more like it was in the universe or in the same,
R2, you're kind of involved with Star Wars.
Well, I was just saying, I think I might change my favorite 3-hour movie. What? No.
Was it 3
How
hours?
dare you?
Oh, it's incredibly long. It's so bad. The whole
I just
thing
thought it
is just
felt
miserable.
really long.
I
Yeah,
don't think I've
no.
ever seen the holiday. Anybody seen the holiday
Who wants,
special?
who
Oh,
wants
yeah.
to
when
see
I was a
seen it
kid.
who
several
wants to
times.
see a family of Wookiees in the kitchen?
When
And
I was a
Are
kid,
they
I thought it was
naked?
cute.
They're
I
always
guess.
naked.
They have naked bottoms. They only wear tops, right?
Yes, except when the mom's wearing an apron. Yeah.
Here you go, folks. I won't read this, but you can read it yourself. It's all in the story.
Chewie is a member of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra now. There you go. That's how you slip it in, Brownie.
I think Star Wars was very young at the time, was it? And it was only the first movie, and they made this, to try and be kidify it and stuff like that. So it was harmless fun, I guess. They didn't know what to do with Star Wars, did they? So
why are Disney releasing this? Because all the old stuff has never been good enough.
It's going to show them
Oh,
up.
it's not Disney.
Oh, isn't it?
I don't think Disney's releasing this. No.
I don't think Disney owns the rights to this.
I don't think. George
it was
Lucas
owned by.
has, he's done everything he can to destroy this. I don't think that they have anything.
If I recall correctly, it's the rights are still owned by the TV network that they went through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was one of the and there was kind of hush money agreements to keep it away from ever being shown again.
Yeah. Sword and Storm. Yeah, it's not Disney. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
Yeah, just a documentary that some fans have put together.
The only two things that really came out of the Star Wars holiday special was the debut of Boba Fett. Actually, a lot of people forget that.
Yep.
And number 2 was that infamous, terrible, coked up song that Barry Fisher sang, where it was to the tune of the Star Wars theme. Those are the only two things of note.
I will say, could any of my lovely mods post the link?
And what was the band? What was the band that was in this as well? There was a band playing in it. Who
Jefferson Starship.
That was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, that's going back.
And I've seen it several times. Yeah, I mean, you got to watch this at least once. It is something to behold. But seeing the wasted Carrie Fisher, the completely disinterested Han Solo, just trying to get out of it as fast as he
Carrie
can.
Fisher's eyes are so glazed over.
They are.
She's
one.
Oh yeah. The 10-mile stare that she has while she's singing makes it worth the price of admission.
Looking into space because she's a space princess. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Here you go, folks. Max Voom Fondel. Thank you, my friend.
They were on the Muppet Show as well, weren't they? When Star Wars was big,
they all. I think
very cheesy as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
that was
not
cute,
as cringe
though.
as
I remember that there was the whole Miss Piggy as Leia.
Yeah,
thing. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I might check that out. Should we move on?
yeah, do it.
Please go back.
Why?
Titty.
Titty-wah, titty-titty-wah, titty-2 says his Star Wars movie is... here we go.
Is he making one?
If anything is consistent, it's going to piss people off.
Is he making one?
Of course it will.
Yeah. It will be... Dramatic pause. You see what I did there? A titty-wah, titty film.
Hold on.
Not surprising because Ragnarok pissed a lot of people off.
Have they hired him to direct a Star Wars film?
Yeah.
Is this been confirmed?
He's been hired for a while.
He just hasn't made it yet.
He's been locked in a room with no help.
He's one of the few projects that hasn't been officially canceled yet.
Yes.
I see. Okay. Well, I hope they cancel him, and I hope Titty goes back to where he came from. That's all.
There you go. Tom, already pissed off Titty. Very good.
So here's the thing, though. His statement would have been factually correct no matter who was doing it, because no matter what gets released with Star Wars, someone's going to get pissed off. If it goes back to the original style, and let's say for the sake of argument, they do actually make something that captures the original, the quote unquote newer fans, which are really just people on Twitter who are yelling about it, will be like, oh, they were going back on what they did, all the progress that we made. And
Yeah.
if they make it the way they've been, it's just going to piss off actual fans if what few are left.
No, we're pissed off anyway, so it doesn't.
Yeah, but the
matter.
arrogance
You
of
know,
him actually saying that, though.
Joe says it's
horrible.
cancelled.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope it's cancelled.
So do I. It's dead anyway. It's not even resting, is it?
As of 22 hours ago, it's still not cancelled.
Oh God, I was saying that and that appeared. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm slowly becoming a meme myself, aren't I?
It ceased to be. It's a stiff E.
Titty.
Yes.
Rest of life.
Go
It
back
rests in peace.
home. Titty. Go
Okay.
back home. Go back home, Titty.
Get fucked, Titty.
Doesn't he have he has another
Titty
movie
wank.
coming out soon that's like based on like the American Samoa like soccer team or
Really?
something.
Oh, what a surprise!
I'll say it again. Titty, get fucked. Should we move on?
Yes. Hate his face.
Hello, everybody. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. Yeah, I don't like this fella now.
Do you want to read the quote? Would you like to read the quote then in that voice?
Okay, what the bit where he says,
Well, in the speech, but in the speech,
I went to
marks.
give up. Oh, sorry, I went to.
I went to give up. I give up. I give up. Indy, I give up.
Kathy,
Come on,
a
from the
big
top.
hug. And I said, Kathy, please put me in the Star Wars universe.
You're welcome, everybody.
Oh my.
I mean, in fairness, I think he's at the point of his career where he was like literally irrelevant for like 2 decades and was just almost 3, and it's just like I want to get into anything I can right now.
Yeah, I do like him and I do respect him and I think he's a really nice person and a really good actor, but he doesn't deserve to be in shit like this. He really doesn't. I think he needs to be in something good.
Here you go. This is for the Brits, not Brian. Ian David Pascale.
Thanks, Brian.
Depressing, isn't it?
It is. I like him. I think he's a really nice chap. And
That's
he
Short
deserves
Round,
better.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short Round.
Why does Short Round
Oscar
want to
winner.
be in Star Wars?
Because he hasn't been. He literally didn't work in Hollywood for like 20 plus years.
Well,
so.
no, he was. That's not true. He was working behind the scenes. He was a stunt coordinator.
Okay, he didn't work on screen in Hollywood for 20 plus years, and now he just wants to, get on screen.
I don't
I
blame
don't blame
him.
him.
There you go.
Yeah,
I don't blame him at
4
all.
decades. 4 decades. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't blame him really. As I said,
Okay,
he's
it's
a really
okay.
nice chap.
40 years almost.
Well, then he can get fucked.
He was one of the few things about Loki that was actually.
I'd give him a job. I think he's a
Oh,
nice
I
I
thought you could say I'd give him one. Rennie has spoken, everybody.
Rennie has spoken.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Echo Chamberlain, who I do believe is, well, it says here, Titiwa Titi, dear fellow Kiwi, has proven he can do multiplex mainstream with Marvel and also has the ability to imbue his work with some soul, like in Boy and Jojo Rabbit. So I'm keeping an open mind. That sounds like he's defending him, doesn't it?
You
Yeah.
know
Well,
what?
he is.
I'm going to say
Oh,
this much.
Echo.
He destroyed Thor's character in Ragnarok, so he can go
Echo.
fuck himself. I hate Taika Waititi ever since.
Taika's problem
Echo.
is that
He
can't
turned
be the
Thor
writer.
into a fucking joke.
I will destroy your. What's he say? I will destroy your.
I'll destroy your fandom.
Your
No,
franchises or whatever it was.
What the hell? I'll remember.
Echo. You need to write out 100 times. I will not upset Rennie again.
He can get on the man for now.
I have enjoyed some of his work. I think he's better writing his own characters
He thinks
than
he's
trying to
funny,
work
and
with
he's
somebody
not.
else.
There it is. Not Brian said it. I'll ruin your mythos.
That's it.
There you go.
That's right. So bye.
The problem
So,
with
I don't-
Taika, I know we skipped it, but his whole problem is he can't be the writer. That's basically what it is. If he has full control, it will go off the rails.
I mean, like I was saying in another stream on your channel, Brown, What We Do in the Shadows was a really entertaining movie. It was hilarious. It was great. But he fell off, sanity somewhere along the line. So
Hollywoodized.
yeah, maybe.
Wait a moment. He went and hugged Kathy. Why didn't he just say, "Why didn't you put me in that last Indiana Jones movie, Kathy? You stupid bitch." Why didn't he say
I
that?
think the timing. I think the timing was just. He goes,
She would have been like,
don't kick
probably
Echo. He's
knowing
a nice fellow. He is.
knowing KK, she would have been like, and who the hell are you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
They'd be like, I'm short round, and she like, I didn't pay attention to that movie.
Shall
oh,
we
you
give
were in
the-
it?
She was in it.
I was
No, I'm
busy getting
saying-
coffee.
Shall we give the last word to the newly knighted average British nerd?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'll agree with
KK was in that film. She was
Yes.
one of the dancers, wasn't she, in the beginning?
Was she? Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
was.
she was in the
Thanks
beginning
for
of Temple.
reminding us.
that. Okay. Let's move on.
Oh, God.
Somebody posted this.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'd
Why?
take that over all the bullshit they've done with Star Wars the
Lisa?
last few years. Oh,
You
take it
cannot
over the
unsee
Last
this.
Jedi.
But that is so cute though.
Baby
Well,
Binks.
Whoever posted this totally is totally into it,
Mm.
or are they? Because they're laughing. But
How wooed.
That's that's an AI picture, isn't it?
I think she's got wooed.
Yeah.
my understanding of genetics may be a little short these days, but wouldn't the baby look more human than whatever that monstrosity is on the left?
Yeah, it
I
looks
mean, we're-
all Gungan.
Or
We're
is it
trying
just
to
me?
come up with some sort of scientific explanation for an AI of a very hypothetical baby that will never happen on screen. So
not yet.
Give it a
You
minute.
never know.
This will be the Ray years, won't it? That new film. You go, Amelia Bedelia. I'd rather the parrot frog. I think we all would.
Yeah.
Darth Binks and Ray Palpatine. Some match made in heaven.
Actually, be
Bento's
Ray
so
Binks
that-
now.
that would make that baby the most
Ray
powerful
Binks.
to ever live.
Yeah.
So, Ray Binks sounds like a fucking London gangster.
Yeah.
Have it, you fucking slag.
It's Ray Binks.
Bitch.
Her head looks quite big, doesn't it, for the rest of her body for some reason?
Oh, Ian, stop body shaming.
It looks big head,
She got a bobblehead.
bobblehead.
I like how her like wedding dress is just her outfit.
That's
just with
right.
Plus a
veil.
veil.
From
Yeah.
start, yeah.
Yeah. Never changes.
Looks
Just
like they've washed it anyway. At least they've washed it.
and they got a bunch of cult members there in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. It's funny because they're all like, if you look closely, they're all pretty much
It's
faceless.
Kathleen Kennedy acolytes.
I think I've upset Mega Spider-Man. Sorry, my friend. He's a Gungan Brown.
Gungan.
Treat Mr.
Gungan?
Binks
Gungan.
Gungan.
some all respect.
Gungan.
Gungan.
Gungan. Gooly Gooly. We're not.
Nobody remembers that.
No,
Apart from
I
me.
do though.
Yeah.
No,
And
Treat
me.
Mr. Binks with some old respect. He can spec,
Yeah.
I think.
Misa? Yeah.
As we know, being
Misa
able
do
to
the
speak
boom
is
boom.
not a sign. Being able to speak is not a sign of intelligence.
Just think of
Yeah.
the penetration he could get with his eyes.
Oh.
Dear God.
I mean, we've seen his tongue work.
He could
though.
actually see.
He's got a
inside.
pretty long ass tongue. At least they showed that in the Phantom Menace.
That's why she looks so
Moving on.
happy.
Bog
That's
down.
right.
Bog down.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's not
Bobby's
go down
like,
that rabbit hole.
this is too far.
Too much.
Too many terrible images in my head.
One
Please move
thing's
on.
for sure, if Kathy sees that, that'll be in the new film. Moving on. Oh God! Somebody.
March the
Post-
1st. Wow.
It's been moved up 2 weeks, folks. Whoopee fucking do.
They're working
You know
on
what?
the
At least they
visual
didn't move it
effects.
back again.
That's
you
what
know?
they're doing.
Fucking do.
They're working on the visual effects. I can guarantee it. That's the reason why they keep pushing it, because they've probably got a shitload.
Whoopee-doo.
Because it's the war, isn't it? This is the one where they're all.
Oh, yeah.
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 So they're probably working on the visual effects.
I will say, it's Dune 2. Or is it June or is it June?
Dune.
It's
Dune.
an old joke. A joke
Oh, here we go.
stale.
Yeah, but the old ones are the best. Dune. Tune. Sorry, chat moved up.
There's Blunt.
June. June.
I just call it a movie that I'm probably just gonna, at this rate, not end up seeing because if they keep pushing it back,
Well, they
Oh,
just moved it
that's moved
forward a
up.
couple weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they moved it up a few
instead of
weeks.
moving
Yeah.
back.
Oh, well, they keep changing the date. I'm just not
Yeah.
interested. Every time I see movements of dates, I'm just like, yeah, something's wrong with this movie.
As I said last week, when I walked out the Marvels, I just thought, why the fuck isn't June playing?
Could have been watching Dune.
Which company is in charge of Dune?
Warner's.
Yep.
Okay, then I was curious as to whether or not they just didn't want to compete with each other. But
there you go, British joke. I love those. Terry and Dune. Very good.
Yeah, I think they did take the actors and the writers' strike as an opportunity to push it back a little bit and do some more work on the effects, because I'm certain that this one is going to be pretty effects heavy compared to what we got in the last film. So
yeah, it is.
I'm possibly thinking we've been threatening to do a meetup in Blighty. Possibly thinking, shall we make it the weekend of when Dune, or was it June, is out?
It depends where you're doing a meetup.
Well, obviously it'd be close to me. Fuck you lot.
Oh, right.
Rude.
Wow.
Rude AF.
Well, that's
Pay
okay.
to come and see me, meet me in my
It's all
gaff.
about me.
My who.
Have you just figured that out?
Well, that's okay, because I probably won't turn up anyway. So.
Oh, cheers. Right. See you then. Right, good. Okay. That's possibly an idea. Maybe we'll meet up somewhere in Blighty to watch Dune.
Or Dune.
Yeah.
You know, there's a National Lampoons did a book called Dune, taking the piss out of Dune.
they might as well have just moved it to June, and then they could have had Dune June. It would have been great.
Yeah, why on,
Perfect.
yeah, on the 2nd as well.
Yeah, like the hell.
June it.
I'd have been totally confused, but anyway, let's move on. So possible meetup in Blighty, folks, that weekend. So be warned. I just thought I'd post this, put this in.
Mhm.
Chris Pine was asked if he's interested in rejoining DC or Marvel. No.
Love it.
Can't
I do
blame
like,
him.
I do like Chris Pine. I do like Chris Pine.
I mean, that's about as no chill of a of a answer as you can get.
No.
Yeah. Would have
Stay away
only
from
been
Star
made
Trek,
better
too.
if the words "it's shit" followed, but that'd be it. It's all shit.
It's like, well, is there another sex scene with Gal Gadot? No, then no, I'm not interested.
Go there. Here you go, Judy. Come on. One. Well, it was grapey, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Bit grapey.
I do like Gal Gadot though.
Yeah.
I don't think she's as hot as Linda Carter, but hey.
She's lovely in real life.
Have you met her?
On the street. I was an extra on Wonder Woman.
Oh, you
Was you?
slag.
And she looked at me twice. She did a double take. She probably thought,
went,
who's this loser?
Who's that guy then?
She smiled. She did smile at me.
She did smile. Very good.
Here you go, Stitch. Isn't Pine the voice for the bad guy in Wish?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Isn't that out this week, Wish?
He checks
Pine
all the
is
boxes for bad guy.
He's sucking up to everything, Pine. He really is.
Is he?
Even the worst scripts, yeah, sucking up to all of them.
It pays the bills.
Yeah, that's right. That's why they're doing it.
Well, they stopped
Wish
making
isn't gonna
Star
be
Trek
big.
movies, so
Yeah.
He wants
that
to
was
do
his
Star-
bread and butter.
He loves doing Star Trek movies, though.
He does.
Yeah, he really, really likes doing them.
Because his star power is not taking off as the way he thought it was going to be. So Captain Kirk, he needs to go back as Captain Kirk to
Yeah.
actually push him further in the
Please no.
consciousness of the normies. So there you go.
Oh, sorry, Chris. Let's move on.
Ooh.
Anybody see this? This was the Coyote v Acme movie. Stars John Cena, was shelved, wasn't it, by Warner's?
Yeah.
$30 million to make, and they just shelved it. But the screenings, the test screenings, were very, very favourable, but they canned it.
Test screenings don't prove anything, though, as it's been proven.
So it looks like it's possibly getting sold out to either Amazon Prime, Apple, or Netflix. So we may see it.
I don't think it will make. I don't think it will make enough money in the cinema if it was released in the cinema. I think, this kind of cartoon is kind of outstayed its welcome. I reckon with the new kids today. So maybe it's best it does go on Amazon or Apple or somewhere.
It wouldn't appeal to the modern audience.
No, I don't think it will.
Yeah, you go, punchable face. Yeah, they dumped it for the tax write-off. Yeah, that's if it doesn't get shown.
Yeah, the head of animation was the one that made the call that they weren't going to release it. It didn't actually go up to the CEO or anybody, but he made the call that they were going to shelve it. And then when there was such outrage about it being canned, when it's, I guess, more or less finished from what
it was finished
has been said, that they have decided they could make some money just by selling the rights to somebody else and let someone else take the risk on what they can make back from it. So I think
this is my watching Merry Melodies is my childhood. You never see them anymore, do you?
No, I think you can watch them on Max, or what used to be HBO Max, like the old Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies cartoons, but that's pretty much it. And they don't even have all of them, and they're changing some of them due to the level of offense. So,
like Tom and Jerry with the
that last one,
the POC Mama, the one who goes,
Thomas. You mean
smokes as well?
Tom and Jerry's mum.
Thomas,
is that you in the icebox? Yeah.
Very
proper
problematic.
Tom and Jerry.
Very problematic.
3 fingers. She had 3 fingers, and she was big and black. Excellent. That's what I say.
She'd be great.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Here you go, Captain Afterland. Love the cartoons, but a coyote could outrun a roadrunner any day.
Ooh.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Okay. Let's move on.
Moving on.
James Cameron's 4K edition of The Abyss will release on December 6th in theaters. You'll be seeing the film that I actually set out to make with some big surprises not seen in the original released version.
Don't know.
Who's seen the special edition? Has everybody seen it?
Yeah, I've seen the special edition.
Years ago.
Yeah. Well, it came out on DVD in like 98, I think, something like that.
Yeah, around there.
And I mean, I actually really like the special edition. I think it really added a lot to the movie.
Yeah,
I still love the fact that this movie. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I still love the fact that this movie was basically just a big tech demo to test out effects for Terminator 2 to this day.
But yeah, I mean, he did that with other movies as well, didn't he? He did it with Terminator 2. He was testing out a lot of effects.
Oh yeah,
and in The Abyss as well, wasn't he? So, yeah.
Well, literally, The Abyss was like The Abyss was literally like written specifically to test the liquid effects that would go on because they wanted them for Terminator 2, and he was like, "Well, I have this idea for a movie anyway. Let's just use it. You do it with this."
All done in Photoshop, folks. Here you go, punchable face, 4K Aliens incoming too.
Yeah, was and True Lies, I believe, was also announced as getting a 4K.
Yeah,
and like all 3 of those will be in my collection.
Oh yeah. I'm really interested to go see this. I do like the special edition. I'd like to go see that a nice big screen and see what he's done with the effects. And I would imagine he's just kind of upgraded the effects. I doubt he's really changed anything beyond the changes he made for the special edition. So
here you go, Drew Gordon. The special edition is the real version. I read the novelization when the film came out. All the extra stuff with the aliens communicating was in the book.
Yep. The special edition makes more sense.
Common People all has the best up there. It says boobies 10 out of 10. That scene to this day, I always love it because it's like they're going to use the defibrillator. He's like, "No, you need skin on skin contact." Just rips open the shirt. Like, yep, that's how we got that in there.
The stories behind the making of the Abyss are just amazing.
Oh, they're the best.
Hell wasn't
that
it?
might be the greatest behind the scenes like shit fest of all time.
You've not
I
seen
think Drinker
Rebecca
made
Gold
one.
yet.
My favorite part is when of the making of not of the movie, but of the making of is when James Cameron ran out of air and he had to punch his the guy who was in there.
Drowned, didn't he? Yeah.
He was drowning, but I'm not even sure it was drowning because he was actually in the apparatus still, and the guy his diving assistant was trying to calm him down, and he just punched him in the face, but it was he punched him in the gear of the face.
Yeah. Well, if I remember, he was giving him the emergency air, but the air, there was something wrong with it. So it was actually shooting water into his mouth. It was not working properly. And so the guy, he was fighting him. So he thought he was panicking. He kept trying to push the air on him, and he was trying to get away from him because it was drowning him instead of giving him air. And so, he had to fight him off.
It's amazing because every time James Cameron makes a movie, they always seem to chuck a lot of money at him. Because I saw the making of this. I was like, Jesus Christ, they gave him all that money to do this, and the film didn't really do very well, did it? As far as I can remember.
Yeah.
Not amazing.
I only saw the original and I didn't care for it, but it could be because it was missing some parts and pieces.
Yeah, the special edition's really good.
Yeah,
it really adds a lot back into
the set. Wasn't the set essentially a big decommissioned nuclear silo that they turned into a water?
Yeah.
Okay. I think if it's released in Blighty, I might go see that. Okay. Should we move on?
Yes.
What's happened to Supergirl?
Just a couple of James Gunn snippets. Just same old tosh, isn't it? James Gunn calls Anna
Nagira's,
thank you, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow screenplay above and beyond anything I hope for.
Which means it's going to suck.
James Gunn, shut up. Just give us a Superman film. Why are you showing us pictures of Supergirl? We want to see Superman.
She's literally done nothing of note.
Stupid.
Don't forget that Flash is the best superhero movie,
of course,
ever made.
I would like to point out that this is her first writing role. She was an actress who was barely in anything. I thought she was a writer who barely did anything. She's an actress who has never written before.
Look. If they have Supergirl that looks like a boy this time around, I'm going to scream. Really, I'm going to scream. Come on. You got this Supergirl and she's wearing a skirt and she looks hot in the comics, and then you give her someone that's got no boobs and fucking looks like a boy.
Well, in fairness, we did say a lot of people did fight and say that the Supergirl from the Flash was terrible looking and androgynous, and then when the movie came out, she was actually pretty hot. So
yeah, but still, it's not Supergirl.
Blonde in the comics?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
she's blonde.
So why did we need this Hispanic dark hair?
Because
nice though.
Just because that's
I thought she was very manly.
And also, right, remember Supergirl, the TV show, right? She wore a skirt. Obviously, they gave her some tights because they didn't want us to see any flesh or any legs. But it was close to the actual costume, which we all love and know. And then for them to have Supergirl in the Flash movie in a onesie, you know what I mean? It says it all, doesn't it? It says that they don't want to give us sexy women, even though she was quite horny in the film. So
you're looking for
a
Power Girl movie?
Standards there.
Don Ranger Power, the Uninspired Hour, will also be doing Superman the movie from 1978.
Oh, is that another plug?
9th. Yes, you're on that one, by the way. I hope you're aware of that.
Am I? Okay.
Brown, I think it's you, me, and Ian, right?
Yes, actually, everybody on here except will be on the everybody on that cast is here except for Uninspired.
Say, Jim. Whoa.
Excuse me.
I can't wait.
Okay. Ian, you're not going to like this. This dropped literally before we dropped on. I thought I'd do it.
Oh, gold.
Oh, I didn't see this one.
James shares his wall. Yeah, he's just showing off. He doesn't
fine.
know anything about Superman. He's a twat. Come on, let's face it. He just
I
doesn't
look,
know.
fuck off. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Superman for All Seasons is one of my all-time favorite like artworks. And not the greatest story, but it's by Tim Sale, who actually died this past year, I believe, or maybe the year before. He had a very unique style, and the way he drew Superman was really awesome. And like the proportions of the body were really like interesting. So I wish I had what I'm looking at right now, to be honest with you.
All the TikTokers and the Gen Zers and all that be going, oh my god, that's all men, and oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
It's gonna suck ass.
Superman needs his trunks back, and also he
Yeah.
needs to be manly, but also they need to sort out the Clark Kent Superman thing before they start anything. How are they going to portray Clark Kent differently to Superman? Are they going to do the same thing they did in Captain America, where he looks really thin, and then when he changes to Superman, he's this completely different new guy? I think that's the road they should go down. You can't just... The Henry Cavill thing was stupid. He was wearing glasses. How can nobody tell? Nobody could see he was Superman.
That's always how it's been.
He didn't act differently either. Clark Kent and Superman were the same, like literal same personality.
May I sing a song, please?
Oh no.
Do it.
Superman wants his trunks back. Superman wants his trunks back. Da 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 da.
That's very British of you. Very British.
Moving on. Okay. Do we care?
No.
You know that we're just going to get a Clark Kent that's simping on Lois.
That's right.
And then
I mean, that he always
he's
simped
hot
on
for him
Lois,
once he's
so.
Superman.
There you go, John D. Yeah. Got to use a Johnny Williams theme.
Don't. He says don't.
Yeah, but John Williams is
if
like
they don't
90
use John
now.
Williams theme,
they shouldn't even bother. Yeah. I mean that theme is just one of the best themes ever written for a movie.
It's an amazing theme, and you know, any Superman movie without it just doesn't feel right.
And also, if they don't go for the American thing about Superman, he's the
truth, justice, and the American way.
Then they've just lost everything. They lost everything.
Not
America.
a chance. There's not a chance that's going to be in the movie.
Probably.
They would probably say truth, justice, and the Earth way, or something like that.
Bollocks.
Probably. Any thoughts?
He's asleep.
Maybe he's going potty.
Robin Bean speaks for the rest of us.
Bio break.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Move along.
We're all agreed.
Sorry, yes. Sorry, I was on mute. I was like, yeah, no.
Christopher Reeve.
Bollocks. Potty, yes, I'm going potty, but not
So
in the
it's
way
bollocks,
you
yeah.
said this.
Bollocks, yeah. Okay.
Not buying it for a second.
What's this?
A kind of a first review kind of clip, kind of, I don't know. Napoleon is I'll start again. Napoleon is a triumph that sees Ridley Scott at his best. The action set pieces are unforgiving, and both Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby disappear into their roles.
Up their asses.
Yeah. So,
go and watch Waterloo. That film is going to be so much better. I mean, that was made in 1970 or something like that.
anybody can go see this.
I'll watch it.
The only movie with Napoleon I want to see is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Napoleon Dynamite. I love
that's
Napoleon Dynamite.
Not this Napoleon.
It doesn't matter. It still has Napoleon in it. It's just not this Napoleon.
Apparently, it's filled with historical inaccuracies.
Here you go. Don Range of Power. He's going to wait while it streams. Yeah.
Yeah, eventually it'll be on. I think it's Apple is funding this one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be on Apple TV.
I've lost my faith in Ridley Scott. So.
Ridley Scott and the bang is gone, whatever the fuck it is.
Here you go. Max Voom Fondell. Ridley Scott has done like 4 good films and a load of shite. Shite.
Boom.
Yeah, he really does coast on those early good films.
Question. Waterloo, the ABBA movie.
No.
Sure.
Tumbleweeds.
I could, if you want, I could do the like end whistle thing from that.
Killed it.
Well, you told me not to do it.
Killed it, Sword. You killed the stream, my friend. Killed
Oh.
it. That's it. Should we just go home, everybody?
I do get that joke though.
See you, everybody.
Have a good one.
I'm waiting for
Bye.
Napoleon II Electric Waterloo.
Brilliant.
There
Move
you
along.
go. Why has Scott lost it then, Ian?
Because the majority of films that he's been bringing out so far have been crap. Literally absolute rubbish. Really. What was the last one he did?
The last good movie or the last movie?
The last movie he did.
Was he involved with the Blade Runner sequel? Was that?
No,
No.
I think it was
No.
producer.
he might have been
Anybody
producer.
know what his last movie was? Anybody cares? Wasn't one of the Alien ones, was it?
Well, those two were rubbish, right?
Martian, that was one.
That Martian was okay. But the last two Alien movies were absolute rubbish.
Oh, here you go. See, I always can count on the chat.
House of Gucci, that was rubbish. Sorry. That was absolute nonsense.
Last Duel.
And that was rubbish. So I don't know.
It's all shit.
Yeah. But he didn't do Barbie.
Oh, he's doing Gladiator 2, isn't he? Oh god.
Oh god. Yeah, why?
Like
House of Gucci was the last film he did.
It was terrible.
Like so many in Hollywood, I think he's just up his own ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like, I mean, I'm more like, yeah, that's correct, but it's just like times just went past him, and he's trying.
This is also true.
It was
Much like the rest of us. Here you go. Last Duel was shite.
He was on that round table with other directors, and he was so arrogant and so up his own arse. That's when I came off him. I was like, you know what, this guy's an idiot.
Was the table actually round?
Yes, it was actually.
Okay, right, on that bombshell then. And speaking of Widlithgott, says Gladiator 2 resumes filming in 2 weeks.
Honestly, who cares?
But he died. How
No,
sad.
it's the little kid that was the son of the wife of
the one that looks like a girl.
Yeah, he grows up to become the gladiator.
He then plans to shoot a new film in March with 2 stars all ready to join in a bucket list project.
Well,
look, if it doesn't have Lisa Gerrard doing the music, then it's not going to be any good.
Yeah.
So what's his name's not in this film?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe's not in this one. Okay.
Well, he
I
died.
think he's fitting the armor anymore.
That's how I was like, why even make it?
Welcome to body shaming on Mr. Brown Alliance.
I mean, how old is Russell Crowe at this point?
Oh, he's getting up there. Yeah,
Isn't he
I like Russell Crowe.
I think same age as me. 50.
He's a tough Australian.
59. Yeah, 59.
Really?
80-12T. Yeah.
He's a tough Australian.
I think at this point he's allowed to just be like, I enjoy pizza and not working out. So
Here you go, Iceman, Gladiator 2, Electric something. Very good. Common People.
Braveheart
2.
That's
Braveheart.
wrong. That's so wrong.
I think they called that one The Patriot, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. The Alien films, I wanted them to be good, the newer ones, but they were just dog shite.
Oh, I love Jaws.
Okay, Roger Castell, the artist behind iconic posters, including Empire Strikes Back and Jaws, has sadly passed away at 91.
And in those days, they were hand painted on a canvas. You know what I mean? Just
you had to have talent.
Yeah, the height of art.
Yeah.
It wasn't like computer animated or generated, you know?
It's funny.
In fact, I have my Jaws t-shirt on right now.
But your camera's bust.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have pants on, though, so he can't show us.
Yeah, I'm completely naked apart from the t-shirt.
Do we know any
TMI.
Do we know any other posters?
I can look it up. That he did. I'm on it.
Here you go, Jim D. Wow, look at this. I've got the.
Look at this.
Yeah, that poster
nice.
is absolutely incredible. That art is just amazing.
It's funny. I've actually, I've always found the Empire Strikes Back poster to be of the three of them to be the one I like the least, despite that being the movie I like the most of the original three. It's weird. Like the original one, the like Hildebrandt like style one of the it's so iconic. But between Empire and Return, I always like the Return poster better.
Really, I liked Empire the best.
you know what it is? I think it might be that the Empire one just kind of gives something away in the movie to me, and I don't like when that happens.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
There you go. Sword says original trilogy posters are amazing. They are.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I've got the book right here of all the posters that were released around the world. It's really cool.
Let's see.
There you go. Tom says, did he do Raiders?
I just pulled up the IMDb of his. He only had.
He might have done actually.
It's hard to find like the like poster
Yeah.
illustrations, like
Yeah.
lists.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. The only everything I see is just basically saying that he did. Oh, wait, here we go. He did 50 Great Horror Stories, Exploits of Sherlock Holmes. He did a lot of random stuff. It looks like. I'm not really sure what this one is. But yeah, these are like the two that he's most well known for, obviously.
Okay. Okay. So rest in peace, Roger Castell. Should we move on?
Move along.
David Laloff says the writers were actually right about everything all along, but suggests they're overpaid. They are right about almost everything. So what if we overpay? I've never regretted overpaying for great talent or great assets.
That's great assets are definitely something else that have nothing to do with the talent of the writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's saying that the writers in Hollywood over the last decade were right about everything and he's willing to overpay for them, I think he's got a screw loose.
Yeah.
He, I think it was 2016 to 2022, earned $500 million.
I'm kind of with Jim D on this. He said someone's got dirt on that guy. I'm like, yeah, nobody
Probably.
openly says something
I mean,
like that.
look at that picture. He definitely has done some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
No one takes a picture that creepy by accident.
Zaslav's head of WB, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Warner Brothers, yeah.
I'm guessing. I think Warner Brothers just wants to be bought up.
Or be
I'm
relevant.
not sure that they're in bad financial situation right now.
I mean, but like the thing is, all these other studios are too. So the only companies that would buy them out are probably like Amazon and or like Apple at this point.
Endor.
And
Wookiees are going to buy. So not the Wookiees, the Ewoks. Yeah. I think in 10 years' time, it's just going to be Apple. It is just going to be Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, all those, isn't it?
You think so?
It's just slowly whittling down.
And Google probably. Google has a massive ton of money.
Yeah, Google and
China.
Yeah.
And
our future overlords. And I, for one, am looking forward to it, China, who is listening.
I will say TikTok.
Ni hao.
I love spring rolls.
I will say TikTok is the Trojan horse.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we move on?
it is.
Yes.
Not allowed in my house.
Chris Hemsworth and Marvel are in talks to make Thor 5.
Why though? Thor's just a fucking joke thanks to Taika Waititi.
I doubt it will happen unless he is absolutely sure that his character is not going to be mocked any further.
Yeah, number one on the list of his reasons or things he'll need to happen for him to come back is Taika Waititi will not be involved.
No, he's not making it. He's out. He's definitely out.
Honestly,
because I mean, look how cheesy even his outfit is anymore.
it's
look
awful.
at his new weapon, that stupid axe that he made.
It's over designed.
It looks cheap and plasticky. He's a
But you
fucking
know-
joke.
Then what I said before, they should go back to the comics of, I think it's the 70s,
Yeah.
where he was Don Blake and became
Yeah.
the Doctor instead. They should do that.
Well, they
now
referenced
because,
that in the first Thor movie.
They
Used
did,
that
yeah.
as an alias.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, they're going to bring that storyline into it, but they really didn't.
but I can't remember how he became Don Blake though. What happened?
He
to him
lost
and
his
how
memory,
he lost his
I
memory.
think, somehow,
yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
remember.
And then
That's what they
he
should
was
do.
on like a hike or something and found the hammer.
All right.
Or like a
folks.
spelunking thing. But that armor actually is very reminiscent of like the Walt Simonson era. It's just cheaply made.
That's what I'm saying. They made it so cheaply, and he looks in just the feel of the movies is so freaking campy since Ragnarok. Ragnarok started all the Thor bullshit.
In the chats, Fat
Thor 5.
Yeah.
Electric
Fat
Burgerloo.
Thor 5, Electric Burgaloo, yeah.
Burgaloo.
I mean, yeah. And
I will say I was a little bit of a fanboy today. I tweeted Chris Hemsworth because I don't do shit like this.
And he said, "Fuck off."
No, I just said to him, I said, "Don't do it, Chris. Don't do it. Only do it if there you go. If Branagh does it."
Do you know what?
And you're in charge. That's what
Do you know
I said.
what's missing from Thor is his hat with the wings. Because it was only
his helmet,
in the first one, and I thought it worked. They should bring that back.
And they sort of had like an homage to it in Ragnarok when he was fighting Hulk.
Yeah.
It was a little different. They made it a little bit more futuristic looking, but
I think that's the only way to go. Really, is the Don Blake angle because they've done everything else. They need to bring him down.
So
to
the
Earth.
version that they used for the MCU is the Ultimates version of Thor, where he is just Thor.
Yeah.
And which I don't think necessarily was a terrible route to go because people kind of get bored with like alternative identities and stuff sometimes.
Yeah, but that storyline was amazing.
But we haven't really had an identity thing with heroes anymore. I mean, let's look at Iron Man. He came out and said he was Iron Man. Everybody knows who Captain America is. Do you know what I mean? No, apart from Peter Parker, no one really has that identity thing. And I think that would be new to the Marvel Universe because everyone that's a hero, we know who they are, really. They don't have a secret identity.
They're not masked superheroes,
yeah,
so to speak.
So I think this will work really well. And it's a different direction to go with Thor. In fact, Chris, if you're out there, mate, I'll direct it for you, pal.
Well,
just come and contact me.
Just
if
Ken Branagh all day long.
That's what
over,
I love Ken Branagh.
Yeah.
I just said to him, I said, Chris, don't do it. Ken Branagh.
Yeah,
only do
Ken
it.
Branagh's available because he's still doing that stupid thing with the moustache guy.
Yeah, I said, Chris, don't do it. Only do it if yourself and Ken Branagh are in charge. So
they've got to go back to taking the character seriously and giving him some real stakes in the film. Just making it a joke fest.
Yeah,
because Thor was actually a really cool character in the comics, and he was really strong because he's the god of thunder, you know, and it was very like it wasn't super duper faithful to the Norse mythology, but they really captured the spirit of it in the comics, and he was a force to be reckoned with, not a big freaking joke that's to be laughed at 24/7 with neon colors left and right. It's dumb. Sorry,
Robbie, you into Thor?
He's in a loo. He's in a loo.
Uh-oh, he's on the potty again.
Whenever
whenever
people ask me, a lot of times people be like, "What are your top 5 comic storylines that you would suggest?" One of them that I always say is always the Walt Simonson Thor run. It's probably one of the top 10 all-time runs in the history of comics, and it really is like it shows that because a lot of people think of the early Thor stuff, and he was a lot of early Marvel stuff was pretty campy, and then like in the late 70s and the 80s and stuff, that's when it started to get better, and that's like right at the heart of it.
But you know what they did with Spider-Man in the last film, right? So they basically pulled him out of the Marvel universe, and now they've got him back as Spider-Man. He basically was pushed back, and now he's starting from the beginning as the Spider-Man that we all know when we were reading the 70s comics. Now you know he's on his own, whatever. That's what they should do with Thor. They should make some kind of story where basically he is Don Blake, he becomes Don Blake, and suddenly he's lost his memory because
he's got to
find
it again.
Yeah, that's an angle that they haven't tackled. Instead of making a new Thor thing where he's all powerful and he's swinging that stupid axe, and you know what I mean, go back to basics. That's the Marvel basics. That's what I say. But then again, nobody cares what I say. So
I care.
I do.
I know you do.
Like Captain America. I care.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we move on? Chris, don't
Yes,
do it unless
please.
if you're in charge, mate.
Oh, hello.
A little bit of politics for the Brits. Sorry, folks. Scottish Health Secretary Michael Matheson admits his sons were watching football on the parliamentary iPad was the cause of an £11,000
Oh,
data roaming charge.
holy crap.
And his excuse was, as a parent, I wanted to protect my family. So they're watching the Scotland match and the taxpayer had to pay for it.
You see, they're not even hiding their mistakes anymore because they know they can get away with it. He'll admit it freely and then make some excuse. Oh, if it's my family, blah blah. But it's bollocks. You're taking money from people, you moron. And so, yeah, but nothing will happen to him. Nothing.
That's to everybody in the chat who's watching this now who has to go out to earn a living.
Yeah.
Pay the wages, scrimp and scrape. Worry about making ends meet, worry about if we're going to get food on the table for the kids, and pricks like this on their gravy train are just saying, fuck the lot of you.
Yeah, 11,000 pounds down the tubes.
Yeah. And he's not even
that's real money, folks.
Not even got the bollocks to put.
Well, hold on a minute. I mean, if because I've heard stories like this before where kids have taken their parents' iPad or whatever and then gone off and got loads of micro transactions or spent loads of money on the thing, and then usually what happens is you contact the people who charge you and tell them what happened, and then they just write it off.
Yeah, here you go. Well, last comment to Wonky Man. He admitted it after 2 weeks of lying.
Yeah.
There you go. So
it's just absurd.
Up yours, everybody.
I work for a government. You have to have some separation between
there you go
the devices and the things that you allow your family or yourself to use for personal use. It's common sense. I mean,
and what if it's just using his kid as an excuse for something else? I mean, like, can we prove that is his kid doing it, or is he just throwing his kid under the bloody
we have to believe him, don't we? After 2 weeks of lying.
Oh yeah, let's believe.
Majority of our politicians are bent anyway.
Yeah,
majority of them.
At least they are here.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, Punchable Face. To be fair, they did watch the footy with 4 rotten chips and a big bag of Pepsi.
Allegedly.
Okay. Let's move on.
Dr. Ooh.
The publicity machines starting.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, where's it been for the last several months?
Dr. Ooh.
This is the photograph.
Dr. What? Dr. Ooh.
This is the photograph what they posted. Shouldn't it be Jodie?
No. It should be Dr. Ooh.
Yeah, they've basically tried to erase her from history at this point.
I don't think that they're going to do that, to be honest with you, because they just praised what a powerful performance she gave as the doctor and how wonderful she was.
You had David Tennant coming out of the TARDIS going,
excellent woman.
I was a brilliant woman.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen.
I want my rice and ting in the TARDIS. Want it now.
The man on top there should still be Doctor Who.
Lee,
yeah, I wish they hadn't pushed him out. Capaldi is a brilliant actor.
Yeah, he'll still be doing it now.
He is.
Lee, are you saying that Jodie Whittaker wasn't a brilliant doctor?
She wasn't a brilliant human being. No, she was just absolutely dreadful. Everyone knows it, and anyone who says the opposite is a liar.
Ragamuffin and things.
Yeah. All 13. Yes. Brilliant.
I'm just glad that I got out of Doctor Who like so long ago that this doesn't affect my life.
Where's Miraz?
Even like with the bad writing, Capaldi's performance helped to carry the show during his era. Right. I mean, he just is so captivating, and how they did him was awful.
I mean, I've been a fan for 44 years, and it's absolutely painful. And you know, Ian will understand this because he's been a fan probably longer. Well, he has been
Longer than you, yeah.
yeah. So like, it's not something you can just easily let go. You know, a lot of people who in America, particularly, who got into it during the Matt Smith era or whatever, can easily let it go because it's just another dead show. But for us, this is part of our DNA. It really is. You know, my father was a Doctor Who fan when he was a kid. So that really gives you an idea of like how this has sort of borrowed its way into our sort of social consciousness, really. And for this to be happening is just mind-blowing. Absolutely it's devastating because it hurts, you know, it really does. It's not good. And
No.
You know, he was fired. Capaldi was fired. I don't care what anyone says. You know, they say he left of his own accord. No, he didn't. He was, when he announced that he was leaving, he was in tears on the radio. And you know, he said he wanted to be in there as long as Tom Baker. You know, like be there for 7 or 8 years or something.
Still be doing it now.
And they got rid of him, so they could bring us the first female Doctor,
lovingly known as Dr. Karen.
Shit.
Yeah, Dr. K.
What a load of old bollocks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then now she's gone, and she's going to be replaced by bringing Tennant back for a little bit of bait and switch, and then here's Shooty Gay Wank, who's going to be the first black non-binary Doctor, because he's already come out
wearing kilt man.
Q word.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
so. Lee, is it true he's going to kiss a man and dance with a man in one episode?
Probably. I wouldn't put it. Look, they've already pretty much advertised that this is going to be the queerest ever Doctor Who.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we
lame and gay?
We should move on.
In the bin. That's where it belongs.
Okay. We kind of covered this yesterday. But we'll do it again. Lee, be careful.
Ready.
Go on then, Lee.
He actually put him in the bin and set it on fire. Like a dumpster fire. Like, so just fucking do it.
This shit happened the other day. And basically, we had the Children in Need special 5-minute sort of sketch. It was meant to be a serious drama thing, but it wasn't. It was just an awful pastiche almost. It was dreadful. And basically Davros, who has been a character in Doctor Who since 1975 and Genesis of the Daleks, been throughout the
very good
throughout the series over the years, he was in a chariot, if you like, which is like half a Dalek, so the bottom half of the Dalek.
Well, it's a life support system.
Life support system. It wasn't a wheelchair because in the universe it's supposed to be hovering, not on wheels. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So they brought him back. We all thought it was it's a pre-accident Davros, and that's what we thought. So there was a little bit of problems with the continuity in that. But besides from that, you can sort of write it off.
What I thought, to be honest.
Then he did the interview, the backstage interview, and he came out with the most patronizing load of shite I've ever heard in my life. Ooh. This guy is woker than Chris Chibnall, in my opinion. He's lost his fucking mind.
It's remarkable.
I think it's always been there, Lee. I think he just waited to show his ass until it was okay. It's always been there with him.
I know what you mean. He's always been sort of the lefty liberal.
He's
when
just
he came back from America,
as an afterthought or whatnot. But I think
when he came back from America, he was a different person, and I think ever since he lost his partner, he's been a different person.
Oh dear.
But he's incredibly arrogant. He's now saying that the Davros that we've all known, like who is so iconic, is problematic, and we have to now see him through the lens of 2023
because it's problematic seeing disabled people portrayed as
evil because people with disfigurements, obviously when I was 4 years old and I saw Destiny of the Daleks when I was 4 years old, the first thing I thought when I saw Davros and became a Doctor Who fan was, wow, aren't disabled people evil? No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, that never even crossed my mind that he was disabled or evil due to a disability. I always thought he was a menacing, evil SOB, but that had nothing to do with anything on that front. That is so stupid.
I believed it. I believed that it was the reason, but that's just me.
He was
suck.
terrifying, and it had
nothing
nothing to do with him being disabled in any way.
I mean, I'm your stereotypical American white man.
He made like
now they've made him look like
races of all time in Doctor Who.
Yeah, now they've made him a Grand Moff Tarkin character in a Nazi uniform, which is wrong anyway. Because
Jim D, are the Daleks really evil or just misunderstood?
Oh, they're evil.
They're just very logical.
Condensed. They're not logical because there's
like
no logic to their hate.
They hate everything and everyone.
Which is what makes them logical. You should just hate everything.
There's no logic involved. They're illogical.
That's like the epitome of evil. Hatred.
Condensed evil in
and it's because they're disabled, clearly.
Yeah, obviously.
All right, Dr. Howard can go in the bin with Russell T. Davies.
So I mean, if that's
you do remember what my first name is, right?
If that's the logic, then the Daleks are also disabled because they're mutants in the tin can. They've got no arms or legs.
But they're the most dangerous, like one of the most dangerous foes ever. How can they be
Cybermen?
disabled?
Are you Cybermen are neurodivergent?
Cyber they thems.
Yeah. You can't have that because they're men, and they're neurodivergent because they've got no emotions, and they have prosthetic limbs. So obviously they can't be on TV anymore. But using that logic. Dr. Lumic, who was the creator of the Cybermen, according to RTD, he created him. He was in a wheelchair, so he has to go. So, I mean, there's loads of other characters. Syl from Vengeance on Varos.
I would just like to point out that no matter he could change it now, but it doesn't matter because it already existed that he was quote unquote in the wheelchair, as he seems. It doesn't get rid of it. He doesn't erase
60 years. Yes.
No, he is saying he is erasing that. It's like it never happened.
But it did, so it doesn't matter. You could say you erased it, and unless you actually physically erase all of the footage, it doesn't matter.
It's very Stalin-esque, isn't it? The way he just erases people from history like that, or just it's airbrushed out. It's so ridiculous, and the reason why he did it was because he said, "Well, it's for children who need special, so we couldn't have a scar-faced man in a wheelchair scaring disabled children. So we changed him, and that's the way he's going to remain." It's like, well, why did you put him in the damn thing in the first place?
Yeah,
write a different character.
You got probably Sontarans look pretty disabled too.
Oh yeah, the potato head guys.
They do look like they're poo coming out the
Sword in the Storm. Stephen Hawking, the most evil scientist of all time. So
he did. Stephen Hawking was known for having some zingers. Like he would people would say things to him in that when he had the computer. Like I
was also wrong. But anyway.
Okay, so a definite worthy get in the bin, yes, folks.
Well, the video,
which
this is a screenshot from, is now being ratioed. So I think last time I looked, it was like 900 likes to 2,000 dislikes. There we go.
That's actually pretty pathetic either way.
Okay, so Russell T. Davies in the bin, mate.
Yep. And bloody stay there.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
And finally, Rennie, do you want to stick around for this? One of your
I do need to go here in 2 seconds, but what's this one about? Optimus Prime.
Yes, just it said here the story is Peter Cullen will be honoured with a Lifetime Achievement Award by the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences.
Good for him.
That's amazing. I don't know if you guys ever got to meet him, but he's a very nice man. And the fact that he can still do Optimus Prime's voice at the ripe old age of being in his 60s is amazing. And the fact that he loves playing this character, he does it for himself, he does it for the fans. That is amazing.
Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost.
That's right.
Of course, his greatest quote of all time is "I'm coming."
Oh my god.
Well, if ever a man deserved
Should we
it,
kill it?
Peter Cullen deserves this. Yeah.
Oh, I
82
thought you meant
years young.
the other thing that I just said.
No.
I was gonna say TMI.
I forget which one of the Transformers "quote unquote" live action movies that was, but he literally says like "I'm coming," and then that's like,
Oh yeah, he
no,
goes, "I'm coming."
"I'm coming," and that's
Yeah.
it. That's all he says.
First Transformers movie is fantastic. I really do like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I love the live action movies. I don't give a shit. The fact that we have like the real Optimus Prime was enough to sell me on that. So
go,
I love the cartoon.
Mucky Boy Jay Goodwin, Dark Hour, give me your face. I've come.
On Dark Hour's face.
I mean,
That's kind
sure.
of creepy.
Well, there is an Atlantic Ocean between us, so yes, technically yes. I suppose
That's getting some distance on that one.
Okay. Get in the bin, Renee.
I know. It's okay. I'm always in the bin lately. It's all
See,
good.
I like this. Here you go. We'll finish in a minute, folks. Here you go. Franco Walker. I miss my says me. RTD ruined the Doctor. Very good.
It's ruined.
We'll see.
Ruined.
Yeah. Okay. So, congratulations, Peter Cullen. Yes, Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
All I can say is Shooty was wearing a skirt, and that's all I have to say about that.
Coming.
Mm.
Look at that. I'm loving the man love.
Go.
All right, chaps. I got to run.
Okay, well, we finished anyway, Rennie. So, I
See you
think that's
later.
it, folks.
You had one.
Quick,
there you go.
here we go. Comment, people. £5. He's right. Die Hard. £5. Yes, he's right. He paid with real money. Thank you, my friend.
I mean, I don't know if that was a question because there was no question mark, but I agree.
Indeed. Chats.
I would love to die hard, wouldn't you?
Rennie needs to go, and you want
I was gonna say I did recently. No, just kidding.
Chats, you are wonderful. Thank you for your wonderful interactions and especially the super chats. Thank you so
Almost 69
much.
likes.
I know. Press that subscribe button and all that stuff.
Whoever
Thumbs up
gets the
and-
69th
okay.
like, special gift.
It's got to be
Yes.
70th because he's at 69.
Oh well, whoever was at 69.
More importantly, please leave a comment afterwards, even if you hated it. Please, especially if you hated it.
I will
leave
argue with you in the comments. It's been known.
I know
I've been
you
known
will.
to
I
do
know
it.
you will.
You could
Chats, you
say
are
it's
wonderful.
shit.
It's shit. We will see you probably Wednesday, folks. So I will thank the guests. Problem being, Dark Hour,
I can't follow that one up.
Mega Geek.
No worries.
It's shit. Professor R2 stepping in. Superb, my friend.
Cheers.
And last but by no means least, all the way from Texas Landshire, she needs to go pick the hubby up. It is the wonderful Rennie L.
Thank you very much.
I think that's it, folks. If we don't see you, man, love. If we don't see you Wednesday, I don't even know if B-Sup's happening this week, folks. So
Probably not.
I don't believe so. I talked to Cynic and I haven't heard back, so I don't think so.
Okay. We will see you Wednesday. If we don't see you Wednesday, have a great week, everybody. Tatty bye.
Bye.
Tatty bye.
Timing.
Timing.